So I have been informed by a secret source within our team that SaVon and Alex have become Facebook aunties.
Don't do this. We're not going out like that. Not SaVon.
You see how SaVon's not denying it?
Nah, I'm Unc.
Defend us.
Nah, I'm Unc for real.
Because now I'm mad I'm a part of this.
Nah, I'm Unc for real.
Okay, let's explain.
Defend us.
So I would explain, but I promised Karen I wouldn't reveal that I actually know what happened.
But
so
wait, who is the leak?
Oh shit! I just said
who the leak
I just said his name.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I thought it was just us.
Who else would be the leak?
I thought it was a safe space.
She snitched
For who?
already.
And that's the problem with trying to establish safe spaces. They're not really that safe.
No.
If you got to be like, yo, I thought it was a safe space. So now Regi exposed me.
Well, I promised him that I would act like I didn't know what happened. So you have to explain what happened.
No. So, all right, they getting good, y'all.
They getting real good. The team is working.
They getting real good. Like,
yeah.
I normally know how to filter out things that aren't true.
Do you?
When it comes to my friendships, when it comes to like things that people say to me, when it comes to like the news, AI is a great tool, right? Let me tell y'all a story. Around politics.
He's already...
No, for real.
Okay.
I'm going to tell y'all how great filtering things out are with this quick example, and then I'll get back to me.
Okay. Yeah, take it off you for a second.
So I saw a story prior to the election. We're going to get to the election for sure. We're going to get to all the things that happened this week. But prior to that, I'm glad we found a way for me to tell the story because I didn't know this was a real thing. Now, I'm going to blame AI for giving me this information, but Elon Musk's ex said it was true.
Elon Musk is... We was there first.
Okay, we was definitely there first, but he changed some things. And now I got it like so.
I love that you said Elon Musk's.
Yeah, it's one of those weird joints. Like, do you put an apostrophe in there?
The Musks.
Okay, sorry.
It was but so I was on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and then I saw an article about Monica Lewinsky. Right, obviously politics is here, so I'm like, oh shit, Monica,
heading to Oval Office,
Big Mon. I saw Monica Lewinsky. There was an article about her and Bill Clinton. And so y'all know that Twitter is doing this thing where there's so much fake news.
Yes,
all right. The fake news is really like taking over, dude. And so,
yeah, brother.
There was an article that said, "Hey, Bill Clinton stuck a cigar in Monica Lewinsky's ass."
Oh, I know what you're about to say. I saw that.
In the White House.
On X?
On X.
On Twitter.
Yes.
I don't call
and it was like
X.
a viral, like,
it was a viral tweet. So I'm like, wait, what the I never heard of this story. I just knew she was giving them boof shots to you in the White House. I didn't know she was getting the whole treatment of cigars, fingers, toys. I didn't know they got that creative in the White House. So
you know so Scandal?
I never did, actually. I never have.
That's what I
have
knew.
Not. Shout out to Kerry Washington. She was one of my childhood crushes.
Okay.
She was one of the first.
She got crushed in there for sure.
Okay, all right. And so did Monica. All right, now, I didn't know Monica got crushed with the cigar because they said, oh, he stuck it in her ass. That's what the article said.
You believed it?
No, because, and this goes back to the whole filtering thing, the way that AI works and just technology in general, they make it easier to filter fake news. So it said it was like a PSA.
I don't think it was AI. It was a community note.
A community note?
Like a correction.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. One of those things, community notes, AI, it's all the same to me because I don't do it. Somebody else is doing that shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I saw the community note that said, hey, this is fake news. The cigar did not go up Monica Lewinsky's ass. It was inserted in her vagina.
Big difference.
It was like, well, actually.
It was like, well, actually. All right.
Slow down there, buddy.
Big difference.
Wrong hole.
Wrong hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like fascinated, like, oh my God.
Look what Bill was doing in there.
I learned something new today. Not only did I realize she didn't just like take it in the mouth, she took it in another hole, apparently.
Was it, because I didn't read like whatever article it was. Was it lit, like the cigar? Because that is so dangerous.
That's fire.
Because then the smoke is blowing inside your birth canal.
He was trying shit.
Imagine puffing with your puff.
Hello. Don't let that go over your head.
So hurtful.
Hello.
You feel what I'm saying? Kegels. Big Kegels.
Or maybe it wasn't lit and he just used that as like, like a pseudo dildo.
They was just getting it in over there.
That's just foreplay.
And rich niggas, like rich dudes.
You said N-I-G.
I didn't get the full.
You said
I said nigga.
You
know rich people, they always smoke a cigar. So I clicked on the community notes to verify if the information was real. Apparently, that's how you find out if things are real on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And so that is a filtering process for me. I assume that technology is going to always filter things that are fake. To me, that's just how I go about things.
What if the community note is also wrong?
Well, then Elon got to fix his shit.
he's
Don't
not gonna
take
do
over
that.
an app and make it worse.
He did, which is
That's
exactly what he did.
He did, but in this instance, because I feel like everybody's trying to get real information, I thought that, all right, the Monica Lewinsky cigar in the asshole was fake, and I assumed his notes made it real. Okay? Going back to what Reggie was trying to expose us for being an unk, for being an old head. Cool, I'm going to embrace it. It was us. But it was really me, but it was us.
Look what I got.
You'll have a chance to defend yourself.
I bet.
I get an email.
Thank you, Judge.
We get an email because, as you all know, Alex and I share things.
A lot.
We share everything almost.
Yeah.
Like,
they
everything
are
but coochie.
co-business owners, you know?
Yeah, everything but coochie.
yeah, we playing different sandboxes there. But when it comes to like the business, and maybe we might have close collaborated on that too. I don't know. We never verified the cross collaboration.
Ignorance is bliss.
Honestly, you probably am and should be my Eskimo, bro.
No.
As close as we are, dude.
No, don't call me that, dude. Stop.
Okay,
Yeah, you got me saying dude now. Fuck out of here. That shit sounded weird.
Alex and I got an email that said, "Hey, your account has been like compromised, or please call this number to make sure that your business is not going underground." And I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Mind you, this is something we use frequently.
It's a business tool that we kind of really need. I fell for the email, the spam email. I sent it in the group chat with a lot of urgency, a lot of panic, a lot of anxiety.
Like a Facebook uncle would. He'd be like, "Oh fuck, they hacked into our account, guys."
Now, mind you, I'm at work, right? So my full attention really isn't on my phone or what's sent. I just know that my co-owner here, like, when he say some shit, I get serious about it.
He does.
I'll be like, "Oh shit, what happened?
What happened?
So I said, "Oh nah, what we did."
Literally.
What happened? Like, did you reply? Say, "Well, I'm be honest."
So me being a curious mind that I am, I'm always gonna ask questions to make sure that I understand, all situations.
Got to.
And so when they sent that, hey, our account has been compromised. Now, Alex and I, we try to do things by the book. As a black man, you gotta just follow the rules sometimes.
Sometimes.
You have
Says
to.
someone who.
Yeah.
Never mind.
What I did.
What you did.
Remember why your account was frozen 3 weeks ago?
We did say sometimes.
Sometimes. So you know what? I will break the rules so long as it doesn't affect anybody else.
I respect that.
You get what I'm saying?
I respect
It can
that.
only hurt you.
It can only be me. Like,
But now that
thoughtful.
Alex is involved, you're like, no, I have to be on top of this.
yeah, exactly. And that's why I sent it in the group chat in like a fucking panic, because I'm like, wait, if Alex is fucked up on a business tip, like I'm fucked up on a business tip, and I don't want to ever get my brother fucked up on a business tip.
Vice versa.
Right? Like, let me just be fucked up on my own and then talk about it to my friend. That's how I literally feel.
Yeah.
And so everything that comes in that feels urgent, I'm like, yo, Alex, we're fucked. We're going to jail together because of me. And then like, that's what I sent to him. So I could have him save the day.
Just like when you called Kieran
Sky's
just because he's
great.
white.
Yeah.
And hey, guess who the snitch was? The white guy.
You know what? It's fitting. It's election time, goddammit.
Yes, it is.
We pushed the episode back. We usually record on Tuesdays. We did that on Wednesdays.
We did.
White America, they spoke, and hey, they're speaking.
Guys, I honestly wish. So SaVon, we record on Tuesdays, and that was literally election night. And SaVon was just like, "Hey guys, wait, should we like push it a day? We'll see what happens on election night. So maybe we'll have some reactions and stuff." Yeah. And I was like, "Sure, that'll be." I really wish we just record on a Tuesday.
Oh shit! Damn.
Because back then, I think about the person I was on Tuesday.
Oh no!
I was just an optimistic
young lad,
Asian young woman, and now I'm a changed person.
What are you now? Wait,
I don't know. I don't know who I am now. I don't know what I'm doing.
Have to find
Who am I?
yourself.
What's my name? I don't know.
I literally treated it like it was a draft.
That's what honestly I will say. Technology coming so far, and them, how they cover it on like news sites like NBC and CNN. The graphics now
Fire.
are I will say, like,
I literally treated it like it was the NBA draft.
it was literally like them announcing shit, and then like when the state when someone would like win a state, they'll be like whoosh, like across the screen. It was pretty.
So
cool.
we've got about 100 votes in Chattanooga. We're still waiting for the rest of them to come in from early voters. Like that was ill to me. I was on fire.
It was very exciting watching.
Yeah.
Which channel did you guys watch it on? Because there was a lot of coverage on all the news channels.
I think I flipped in between
ABC.
MSNBC and CNN. I don't know, but I don't know. I kept flipping.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on ABC.
Very biased.
And social media.
Why? ABC is
very tunnel vision.
ABC is tunnel vision?
I feel like you got to be able to see all sides of the equation.
Well, hold on. You didn't let me finish.
All right.
I pulled up Fox News on my phone just to hear the rhetoric.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to see how they was feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, like throughout my like journey with this election, I went out of my way to listen to like Fox News and even on social media, like conservative content creators, and read their comments, because I wanted to be prepared for like any debate or argument I got into. I want to see what the people over there, like what they're saying. So
journalist.
I really went out of my way to like listen to both sides. I don't think of myself as like an uninformed voter, but here we are now, guys.
Here we are.
And we do hope that you guys exercise your right to vote. It is very important to vote, y'all, before we go any further. I'm hearing a lot of talk like, oh, my vote doesn't count. My state is always blue. My state is always red. Well, some of you guys do live in swing states, and we saw this election was basically decided on swing states. Not just that, senators.
Yeah.
That is how they are also reelected. It's through the election. So when you get to that little booth you was in, when you looked at it, right, it just wasn't Kamala and Trump on there, right? It was some more names, which means some other people got.
And we're gonna get into all of that. We got a ton to cover with the election and with the future of this country and our commentary on that, which is why we did decide to record on a Wednesday opposed to a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I will also say, before I introduce who we are, I will also say, in addition to me being scammed by the phishing emails.
Oh yeah, we moved off of that way too quick.
I know, yeah. But in addition to me doing that, this is a year of reflection and realization for me. This is the year of the R's.
What are you about to say?
No, I'm gonna say something that I posted on my story. So I have never, and I can't remember the last time that I've spoken into a camera directly on my phone.
Yeah, when you posted an Instagram story, I was like,
I did see you do that today.
I don't think it wasn't bad, but I was like, oh, he never does this. Like,
this is not me. It wasn't me.
You trying to become an actor?
No, I don't like you.
No, what you
You do personal things, bro. Like, you know that was a dream that I had at some point in my life. You knew that.
My fault, cousin.
You knew
he
I
wanted to be a thespian. Jinx.
Oh my God, I did know that. Now I'm over here playing it on your hurt.
That's crazy.
My fault.
See, this is why men don't ever share things about their dreams and aspirations.
Especially black men. But so I was talking into my camera today, and it hit me like, first off, I don't do that. I don't think any of us really talk into the camera.
Honestly, there'll be throwbacks, you know, like when your phone shows you your memories of like Snapchat and stuff. I used to do that like 6-7 years ago when I was much younger, but now I never speak into the camera.
Yeah,
like on my phone.
That's a fact. I used to take like face selfies too.
So you want to know how I got to talking into the camera? It was because of you, Alex.
No, it's not.
No, for real.
You just can't keep putting everything on Alex.
I'm gonna tell you what I did.
Okay.
Because
let's hear it.
Alex, the way that I kind of pop in and pop out on my algorithm, Alex does the same thing with selfies. Alex will give everybody a great selfie,
It's not a selfie.
once a quarter. Okay?
That is true. No, that is true.
You be killing the shit. Like, you use the beard butter, like the butter on the beard, like
Cocoa butter Vaseline.
whatever it is. I'm almost there. But
I love when you guys, SaVon and Alex, post selfies on their story, because they rarely do. He's right. But me, I'm a girl. I take pictures like every day, post it, whatever. But when you guys post pictures of yourself, I know you guys are extra feeling yourselves that day.
We shut it
And I
down.
love that. I love that you guys are like, oh, I look good today.
Nah, we shut it down.
I like when you guys post pictures
That
of
view
yourself.
account get a little higher.
Yeah. It does. It feels good.
Instagram
right?
is like, hey, bad bitches. They showing their faces today.
I didn't know I was a bad bitch until I showed my face. And it wasn't like in promotion.
Yeah,
it was just a genuine, hey, I want to talk into my camera. Like, they reward you for talking into the camera. So back to me being inspired by Alex. I know Alex give us a selfie once a quarter. So I tried to give us a selfie. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give all of you guys a selfie of me and appreciate it. I'm going to appreciate this too.
He's like, I'm going to gift you guys with a selfie of me.
I messed up. I fucked up.
You fumbled the pic?
So I didn't know that I accidentally changed the setting to like a boomerang.
Oh,
I pressed the button to take a picture, and I'm going to show y'all. And this is very embarrassing because I did it right here in the studio, Need to Know Studios, in our very own studio, okay?
Hey.
God, I see a preview of it already.
I posted, I thought it was just a regular picture.
Let me see.
But it was a boomerang.
Oh,
SaVon.
I know, it was bad.
SaVon.
It was terrible. I didn't post this. You didn't see this.
Okay, I didn't.
This is exclusive. I would never put this out into the world. I knew it was bad.
But you know what?
But it wasn't really It wasn't.
You looking like you about to sing some R&B though. You should have posted it.
You know what?
No, I'm serious.
It's not. You don't look bad, but it's just very like
Cringe.
Is it?
very like lip bitey.
I shouldn't do this.
That's no good?
I didn't mean to do this.
Okay.
All right.
What if you wrote by accident?
But I post it's not bad.
I hate when people do that.
Hey, Alex.
That's what they be doing.
But at least I'm like conscious enough to know you can't get that off at 30 years old. So instead, once I realized like, holy shit, technology is escaping me.
It got me.
That's when I pressed the hands-free button.
Yeah.
And I recorded my video saying, hey, I feel like I'm getting old. Not only did the state of politics and all of the political scientists that I discovered over the last 48 hours show me,
I bet so.
like, I was like, goddamn, I'm really
so.
old and I'm getting out of touch.
Yeah.
But also the technology let me know, like, wait, SaVon, you gotta like evolve a little bit more. Like, don't just work.
SaVon.
Oh my God.
That don't mean you say the ER version.
Nah, they
That's
didn't
worse.
hear
That
it.
don't
He
mean-
bleeped it.
I don't care.
I'm just saying,
I heard it.
you can't just keep working, is what I meant.
Okay.
You gotta also live in the moment.
Do you feel like technology is passing us by a bit?
I feel like it's just moving at a very fast rate.
I want to second this because I feel a bit outdated with the whole streaming thing.
Okay.
Like I know people our ages who stream on a daily and wow.
Yeah.
It makes
That's a
me
lot.
want to go get a desktop computer.
It's a lot.
Yeah, this laptop ain't cutting it enough. I want to catch up.
It's becoming a lot. So
Yeah.
going back to just me being scammed or us almost being scammed together, because Alex is like, hey, bestie in business, we're besties. Almost got scammed, drained my account. Right, like I remember having a friend, remember when they went from swiping your card to like inserting the chip?
Yeah.
And now it's just a tap. Everybody just taps. But at
They
some
gonna
point,
scam that too. Wow.
there was a transition of going from the swipe to like the insert and just, you know, a fucking cream pie of your fucking food. I mean, of your purchase.
Nah, you're right. The credit card scammers was having a
I was,
ball before that
I
shit.
was afraid. So I left, like the first time that I stuck the chip into like the ATM or like to make a purchase, I felt like it was sucking all of the money out of my card.
Look how old you are.
Like I remember, I'm telling you, I'm feeling the aging happening in real time.
SaVon's mind works.
You sound like my mother.
Cause think about it.
That's what
all
you
the money.
You just used to swipe your card.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, there's a chip. Leave it in for 8 seconds. Nigga, do you know what 8 seconds of my financials in your hands can feel like? It felt like they were sucking every cent
Every penny.
out of my card.
Oh my God. Well, we're gonna catch up.
Okay, let's catch up.
We're gonna catch up. I'm gonna make sure of it. Even with the in-house snitches, I'm gonna make sure that we
This
got
is the second time I found out he snitched. I ain't gonna hold you.
Third time's a charm.
Third time is a charm. I'm gonna keep my eye on the snitch.
Sorry, you told me to do it.
Because you know what's funny? That's an unprovoked snitch. That's wild unprovoked. One, like, it's not like,
That's the snitch when he embarrassed
yeah,
you.
like there wasn't
When
no
he gotta tell somebody else.
consequences to me like falling for the fucking
the
false
content.
email. Like that was just
Like you
Hey.
literally saw a fake email and was like, oh my God, guys. Like, did you check the email address?
I did, and I still fell for it.
Oh my goodness, SaVon.
I saw the @Gmail at the end instead. Hey,
Wait,
I'm
what?
gonna
that is
respond.
clearly a scam. Crazy.
Gmail.
Yeah, I'm learning.
That was a scam artist from Nigeria.
I'm glad you said it.
Yeah,
nah, I
he
can
can say it, guys.
You know
He's
what? I'm
Nigerian.
glad
I can absolutely say that.
And with that being said, it is the Need to Know podcast. What you need to know, when you need to know, on the Need to Know podcast. I go by the name SaVon. This is a very controversial week, and it is okay because we got you. We appreciate all of you for being here with us. SaVon, and the N is for nerve-wracking.
Oh my
Good word for the
goodness.
This week,
been a
got my
lot.
nerves in a frenzy.
The N is for nerve
The N is for nerve-wracking, okay?
Good word.
My name is
gosh.
SaVon. Thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate you. This is going to be a very fun-filled episode,
Yeah.
and I will pass it along to my brother.
Yeah, what up, y'all? It's your boy A, as always, the Paco Ramon Poppy. Never alone, always with the posse.
Hello, guys. It's me, Regi. I don't know. I don't have a cute little intro for you guys today because I don't know how I'm feeling. But
Our queen.
if you guys would like to discuss anything, please join us over on Patreon. Patreon.com/need
Yeah.
to know. Any of your unfiltered thoughts. If you guys have things that you want to discuss with us, let's have a little conversation over there. I feel like that'd be cute.
I like that.
It's a nice little tight-knit community. And now, a word from SaVon's dad.
Yeah, I agree with that because we got a lot of heavy topics coming
Yeah.
up on the podcast.
Yeah, some shit
some
coming
really
up.
important things. As you all know, if you've been rocking with us on the podcast, I'm going to speak for myself here because all of us are individuals. All of us have individual views and thoughts. I am, hey, stay away from politics, man. You guys are very like, hey, let's get the message out there. Let's talk about it. But if we don't, it's okay. Y'all are like really, really progressive in a way. When it comes to talking about that in particular, well, I'm afraid.
You know what it is, bro? I'm a little bit of both, right? I say this all the time.
I'm afraid.
You hear him? I'm afraid.
gonna be honest.
I'm shook. I'm just
Wait,
afraid to talk
Would
about
you
it.
say? Okay, you go first.
You sure? Okay. If this is a music podcast for the most part.
Fun podcast.
Music commentary, fun. We joke a lot all the time.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to get super political because what SaVon's talking about, I feel like I'm Mrs. Let's fucking talk about. Like, if you want to fucking talk to a racist and debate with it, it's me. I'll do it. But I don't want to do it on this pod because I feel like people come to us as like an escape. You want to laugh. I don't want to fucking stink up the mood with my fucking progressive thoughts.
Right. Now, if you run into me in public, I'll talk politics for an hour. I love it, right? But yeah, we have fun here. But the election was really important in the news cycle, so we'll get to it today, you know?
Would you say that you're afraid, you know, these are your words, not mine. Would you say like, that you don't want to talk about it because you feel like you're not as informed, or do you not want to like alienate certain listeners that don't agree with you?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think obviously what it is that we do, it is a hobby, it's fun, it's my passion, but it's also a business. And so you never want to alienate people. Like, I know there are people who listen to us who feel a way about both sides. We have a lot of people who support Democrats. We have a lot of people who listen to us that support Republicans. And so I come from the school of Michael Jordan.
Don't do nothing.
It's just like, like there's just certain things that I don't necessarily want to talk about. And then also, I don't like to talk about things that I'm really not informed about unless it's Kai Cenat.
Yeah, we know that.
Because you went full deep in there.
Like,
you knew nothing about that little nigga either.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I respect them. Shout out to Kai and all of those guys. What's their names again?
Phantom, Duke Dennis.
All them niggas. Dennis and all them niggas.
Chris.
That's the only uninformed things that I want to talk about. When it comes to politics, I understand like the severity of it. So it's like, if I'm not thoroughly informed on it,
or like comfortable to talk about
it. If I'm not comfortable in talking about it, I'm not going to talk about it.
Here's a way to look at it though, right? I feel like you don't have to look at it as swaying. For me, it's more like I just want to make sure we get the message out. Awareness, right? Like, I feel like we have a responsibility with this platform just for them. That's why when we intro this podcast, I was like, I hope you exercise your right to vote. We ain't here trying to sway nobody. You know, I just want you guys to be informed and to be a part of the election process.
Yeah, and I also feel like in the past, I would not even care about like, oh my God, guys, we have to say something. But for me, this election cycle was not about like Democrats versus Republicans for me. Like, I feel like even a lot of Republican people are like, yo, I don't even recognize the Republican Party anymore. For me, it was speaking to...
I hear a lot on both sides,
for me, it's speaking to like people who like support like racist rhetoric. Like, I'm comfortable talking about that because I fully don't agree with that.
For sure.
But out of respect for my beautiful co-hosts, I'm not gonna sit up in here and like try to turn this into like a political stampede, you know? Because that's just like not the show. If this was my show, if this was my YouTube channel, I would talk about it all day because it's just me. So
for sure.
Yeah.
And you know how Alex said, I don't want to sway anybody?
Yeah.
See, I'm different.
Why do you be trying to sway people?
You
are like that.
No,
Why
that means you stand on something, though.
I want to sway people.
Why?
Which is why I don't talk about things
that... Why do you want to sway people?
Because think like me.
No. Absolutely not.
No, I mean, like, believe what because I believe what I'm going to believe is the thing to believe in.
I'd rather... My fault, Regi.
If you stand on something, though, don't you want to... let's say you have like a racist dad or something. Don't you want to sway him?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I want to spark thought.
I want to spark thought.
I want to sway some people. I don't know.
I don't want to sway anybody.
And which is why I don't want to talk about things where I feel compelled to sway things. Like, I don't know how to kind of dance in the middle. I only know how to feel how I feel and make you feel what I feel.
That's sick.
That's real.
I don't want to sway anyone because I feel like a person is only doing it because of me. That's why I don't want to sway anyone. Like, I just want to.
That's good influence.
To an extent. But what I'm saying is I want to provoke thought. Right?
Their own thoughts.
Yeah, so even if you might disagree with something I say in this moment, right? And you might disagree with me by the end of our conversation. But I'm hoping, I'm willing that the next day, next week, whatever I said kind of stuck with you, and you'll kind of come to a place on your own of a realization.
For
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? Like,
and I'm with you there too. I think because of where we grew up, and we grew up in Long Island, we'll talk about the votes, we'll talk about the election.
And don't play about Long Island. Ashanti's finest.
Ashanti's finest, but also Republicans' finest, because all of Long Island voted Republican, and we see how the election turned out. But again, I don't ever because I'm a passionate person.
Same.
I love passionately.
That's good.
I hate passionately.
You gotta remix shit.
I feel very passionate about things that I care about. And so I try not to inflect how I care about this particular topic, which is why I don't want to talk about it necessarily on a music podcast, because we're here to have fun, like Regi said.
Let's have some fun then. Yo, baddies love men that vote.
All right. We are gonna. You know what? At the time,
all you needed was the sticker, and they was gonna throw it.
I saw Alex post it on a story. I was like, I know the bitches are in his legs right now.
They're so amazed that.
Prove it.
What you said?
How can I?
You want me to read some? I'll read some.
No, because I think, to kind of, sorry, I didn't want to make it all serious again. But it was because,
oh my God.
baddies do love men that vote. But it was especially this election because one of the main concerns of this election was women's rights. So seeing Alex post a little "I voted" sticker,
my God.
that does matter to them.
But we don't know who he voted for.
Yeah, but regardless, they asked me too. I won't get into that. They definitely asked. But
I know Alex, and I'm just assuming who he voted for.
Yeah, you can assume real well.
He got a red hat on right now.
What that mean?
I don't know.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That don't mean nothing with nothing. That's just an outfit.
You're gonna let him just call you a Republican like that?
No, ain't no. I'm not conservative. If you know me, you know ain't not conservative.
That's what I'm saying.
I like fucking with you.
Yeah, you like fucking with me. But nah, all you needed was that little sticker. You could have changed your life around. They would have married you.
The thing about me, like, I'm so dedicated to the cause of not being involved. I didn't even post my sticker.
What?
I'm so dedicated to not.
You have a platform now.
I get it, and I understand. And again, we're gonna get to it. I do want to get to the election and all the things that came with the election. But before we get to that, I think I've been very mindful. I want everybody to be really mindful about the people that they love and their life. We're getting older. I told y'all, me being scammed by emails and like false text messages is realizing that I'm really getting older. So I do want to take the time really quick. We're gonna do this really briefly to just shout out my father. Who his birthday is today, the time that we are releasing this episode. I know there's a lot to get to, but y'all are here for us, and so I'm gonna make sure I call my dad to make sure y'all realize like this is us.
And birthdays are very important. Let's call him.
Super important.
Shout out to my dad and anybody who has a loved one that has a birthday around this time of year. I know it's very stressful. Yeah, I know y'all may not know what to do for that person, and so we're gonna give him a call. And see how he's doing, because there's some unanswered questions too.
What do you mean by that?
From us as a group. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. I won't sing the whole song.
All right, I said thank you.
Paymaster, what up?
Oh my goodness, don't call me.
Hey, what's good, my boy?
Yo, I heard they trying to change you in them streets. They trying to take your nicknames and your MOs, your monikers. How you feel about that, man?
I heard Regi's promoting it loud and proud.
Don't incriminate me.
So, Regi.
Yes.
Karen is not the only snitch in our camp.
Multiple leaks.
I also snitched.
Oh my goodness. All I said was we want to give SaVon the day off this weekend so that he can enjoy the Pain Master's birthday. That's all I said.
You did say that.
That's all we said.
People don't know who that is.
So now,
he talking
really quick, Dad. As you know, the election took place this week. Actually, I'll give y'all a little bit of insight because my grandmother texted me. Yeah, my grandmother, she wasn't playing no games about this election.
I know my mother wasn't playing either.
Even with my dad, she let him know.
Oh,
she got on him like, yo, get your ass up and vote.
What a queen. I love that.
She didn't just want us to vote. She wanted to tell us who to vote for.
Oh, the plot thickens.
My grandmother is much like me. I told y'all
trying to sway.
A while I want to sway y'all to vote for who I want y'all to vote for. My grandmother was the same. But Dad, really quick, we just gave you a call. It is your birthday, the Happy day birthday, that we are dropping this episode. I just wanted to, show you some love, show everybody some love. Before we got into like the heavy things, I wanted to keep it light.
That.
Yeah, man.
I talked to Karen this week. I said, hey, it's my dad's birthday, guys. I can't record Patreon. Mm-hmm. All right, make sure you guys sign up for the Patreon
right now.
You may or may not see me, and it's okay if you don't see me. My God. No, for real. We got Armand. Shout out to Armand.
Yo,
the last 4 weeks he's been missing.
But this weekend,
we did for that Patreon, y'all.
But for this weekend, it is a very important weekend because it is my dad's birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
That's very important. Because you always talk about how much your dad means to you. So that's very important.
He does.
I do.
He's very vocal about it.
And when I talked to Kieran, and he asked me, who is the Paymaster? And then he also asked me, because you guys got to remember, before Kieran came around, he developed this nickname.
Yeah, it's before Kieran.
And so then Kieran asked me, hey, why is his name the Paymaster?
Such an innocent question.
You know what?
Why do you think?
Does Regi even know the answer to that? Or she just
I don't want to know. I just accepted it. I thought it was a little jokey joke amongst our audience, but I guess not.
Now you know what it means, OG.
We're gonna run with that.
No, OG, you know what? You don't play with them people outside. Like, if people try to play with you, you gonna put in some pain. You know what I mean? Right? Right.
Nah, those days is over, man.
Alex, what type of pain you put in?
Huh?
Oh gosh.
Only I don't have no pain.
Okay, all right.
Hey, we put in pain on a Henny bottle when we get together, bro.
Yeah, that's drinking pain. Yeah.
Yeah, so so Kieran hit me. He was like, hey, I know what you guys are doing this weekend. Kieran assumed that we were doing two things. Can y'all guess one of them?
Strip club.
No.
Oh, for the birthday?
Oh shit.
Yeah, for our birthday.
My
But that
fault.
was close.
I know.
He said hookah and tequila.
I was close.
That
We
was
do that on a regular weekend.
I don't. Who? Him, right?
You.
SaVon does.
You.
See? I love these guys.
Well, Dad, we appreciate you again. We're going to talk about the election and things that took place, but this is just a reminder for anybody who's tapped in, anybody that's listening. You know, just connect with the people and control the things that you can control. Like, I'm blessed to be able to call somebody that I love. We're all blessed to be able to tap in with the people that we love.
Fact.
And anybody who may not be, you know what I'm saying, like, please, let's appreciate these moments. You have our support. You have our love.
Always.
And again, like I said, Dad, happy birthday. Today
I
is your
appreciate
birthday.
y'all. I appreciate you, son. Appreciate it, man.
Come on, it's love for
Yes,
life.
it's such a
Love,
blessing to
man.
get older. So
It is. And I feel really old. And that's because you put in pain back in the day. And I
Oh my
appreciate
goodness
you
gracious.
putting in pain,
that pain at
back
work.
in the 90s.
Best pain I ever put in.
All right, bro. You know what? I'm going to holler at you later, man. We see you later. Holy shit. I got to hang up on this guy.
Nah, that's
Yo, you know, I
That's mad
love.
funny.
So I listened to a pod, and then he was like, no, it was these and Miro, and Miro always has a joke, like, because he has like 6 kids. I'm kidding, he has like 5, I think.
He got a few.
And he's like, I love having kids because you don't know if they're gonna grow up to be, you know, a Yankee player or a scientist, cure cancer. So I think about like SaVon's dad having SaVon. And look at him. He grew up to be so successful.
Yeah. And you his first child, right?
I am.
Yeah. Oh, out the gate, he started strong.
He did.
That's kind of hard.
That's not bad.
That's not bad,
He
right?
did
Out
all
the gate
right.
with it.
He did all right. Now let's pivot a little bit, as you all know.
It's funny you said pivot, right? You were talking about trying to sway people. I just wanted to give another shout out to those lovely women on the timeline that was putting the I vote sticker on their titties to try to get people to go vote.
I did see
You
that.
saw that?
Yeah.
It was
didn't see
like it was a cult. Oh, your algorithm off. It was like a cult. It was like a coalition of them.
Okay.
Trying to get people into them voting booths. They put the sticker right between their titties, and then you know,
And post a picture of it.
Exactly. Men be horny.
You know, we can't like things anymore. So, like, are they in your likes? Those pictures? Because, like, I can't see your likes no
you know
more.
how them stories go 24 hours.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Some
In and
stories.
out.
That's a vibe. Shout out to them. That's strategic marketing.
I think it worked.
On you?
I was gonna do it regardless, but I got up a little earlier when I saw it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, you know what? That's pretty smart.
We now know the 47th president of the United States. He was also the 45th president. There's a lot to kind of unpack here.
Yeah.
Again, I started this podcast by saying, and I've been very consistent in my messaging about politics and all those things, but I do feel the heaviness, the eeriness of the aftermath of the election. I was watching it as if it was Game 7 of the World Series, like I did, you know, the last World Series when it ended so abruptly. I was like, hey, Yankees, we got this.
Yeah, we did.
All right, we was up 5-0 in the 5th inning. Like, there was a plus 800 for the Dodgers to win, and somehow they won. Like, I was watching this election and these electoral college votes and all of those things as if it was a Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Same. Not gonna lie, it was that entertaining.
And so it was entertaining. And also, I try to liken it. So everything for me, and this is just me, I'm talking for me personally. I look at music, I look at entertainment, I look at politics, I look at sports as a form of entertainment and a distraction, an escape almost. But this is one of the more important and life-affecting, life-changing events, whether you view it as entertainment or not, right? I watch the Super Bowl each and every year. The Super Bowl is not going to dictate my life or the generation after me, but the presidential election is one of those things where it has consequences. And so regardless of how you feel about this, this is a very important time of year. Donald Trump is the president.
He is.
And we'll talk about that. How do you guys feel about, what happened this past week?
I think, well, just to speak to us, like watching the election live and stuff like that, for me, I know a lot of people woke up and were like, I'm disappointed, but not surprised. For me, and I get that. Like, I'm usually like a optimistic person, but I'm not so positive to the point where like, I'm so like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, I know America's racist. I know America's inherently, the core values. I know that. I know there was like a big chance of Donald Trump winning, but I genuinely like thought Kamala could win this election. Like ever since Biden gave the endorsement and Barack Obama as well, I was along for the ride. Like I really was tapped in. I was trying so hard to keep up with everything. Like, and I know the polls always said it was super close. So I don't know, man. I really thought she had a chance to win, genuinely in my heart. And then I woke up. I didn't stay up all night. I woke up to the news.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. I wasn't one of the people that like genuinely was not surprised. I was genuinely surprised. I was like, is this for real? And then I went through the stages of denial. I was like, okay, is there a chance where shit could have been corrupt? Is this really the result? And then the speech today at Howard University, she officially conceded. I'm like, okay, this is our reality. What do we do next? So that is what I was feeling this morning. And definitely, I'm so glad we recorded this at night. The emotions have definitely settled. I definitely cried my eyes out because it's very scary as a woman. But like, I'm good now. I'm good now.
Can I ask you why it's scary as a woman?
So like, I wouldn't say, when I talk about politics, I would never say like, I'm a political expert, like come to me, I know everything. I would never say that. I always lead with that. But I had a lot of political science homies when I went to college and high school. So I remember talking to them. I'm like, I want to get involved, but like, I don't know. I don't know much, I'm not that political girl. How do I get involved? And this guy, Will Donnie, he changed my life. He was like, I would recommend that you pick some issue. This is for all the people who want to get involved more but don't know where to start.
Right.
He gave me the advice of like, hey, pick some issues that you're very passionate about and look up the candidates' views on that and start from there. You don't have to stick to just 2 issues, but start from there. That's a good jumping point. So for me, like my whole life, I've always, like, I'm not political, like super political, but I would say there are issues that I'm very, very, very passionate about. So that's racism, homophobia, bodily autonomy, and reproductive rights for women, like protecting those. So, and I feel like in this election, that was like so amplified, which is why I was so tapped in. And it would be one thing if it was just Trump winning the election, because his agenda, he's made very clear. He wants to put nationwide abortion bans, all these crazy things. It would be one thing if it was just him winning, but they literally flipped the Senate. They literally, like, the Republicans got all up in there. So it's like, I feel like it was so scary this morning because it wasn't just the presidential news. It was more like these crazy agendas that he has. He could actually very well put these in place. That is what was so scary. Me growing up in New Jersey and having all my friends being from New York, we always grew up in a blue state. So I'm used to having conversations with my doctor about all these things, being open about it. But now I really feel like that could be taken away, and I just like don't know how to feel right now. So that is why it was very scary for me this morning. But I've chilled out since then. So
I think Charlamagne had mentioned this. He said he wishes that the Biden administration would have been a bit more clear on how Biden was going to go about the next election. Because to your point, Regi, I think it probably would have helped Kamala just a little bit more if she had more time.
Yeah.
The country essentially had to learn about her in less than 6-7 months.
Yeah.
And everybody's been knowing about Trump even when his last tenure as president, right? So I think that affected them on that side. For me in general, the way I feel about it is I enjoy the fact that the United States of America is a democracy. I truly enjoy that, for real. And I hope it intends to stay that way. I see a lot of people out there scared, a lot of people out there excited. I just hope that, we have a president that looks after everyone. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
You mentioned Charlemagne.
Yeah.
I do want to play a clip from The Breakfast Club. As we know, Charlemagne, a lot of his contemporaries, especially on The Breakfast Club, have endorsed Kamala Harris. And so I do want to play a clip because I feel like this clip gave me more of a perspective than I already had. We could have the debates about human rights and women's rights and men's rights and the financial space of the country, inflation, all of these things matter, right? The decision is the decision. We're not going to change it. I thoroughly believe that we need to focus on what we can control. And that's, being productive as a person, fulfilling yourself. Control the things you can't control. This is one of those things that obviously we can't control. But I do want to highlight some of the things that Charlemagne said. I think it was really informative. It gave a different perspective to me. And yeah, let's take a listen.
Because at the end of the day, we are all Americans and we all want what's best for this country. I hope. Okay, I know today Democrats are going to be looking for someone to blame. Let me be the first to tell you it's not just one thing. I personally feel like Donald Trump speaks to people's grievances better than Democrats do. I know people are going to talk about misinformation and the dumbing down of society. I understand all of that, but you don't have to be intelligent to know you can't pay your bills. You don't have to be intelligent to know you can't afford groceries. People will forget what you did. They will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And to millions of Americans, tens of millions of Americans, they simply felt financially better when Trump was in office. I don't think it's fair to just chalk up, Trump winning to racism, sexism, homophobia, anti-Semitism. Yes, he tapped into all of the worst things America has ever had to offer. And there are a lot of people who agree with his rhetoric and voted for him because of those reasons. But I truly believe most people voted for him because they want more money in their pocket and they want to feel safe. Look, I know the economy does better under Democrat presidents, but Democrats haven't been able to make the American people believe that.
I think that's a strong point because Trump ended up winning the popular vote and the electoral vote. Mm-hmm. So to a lot of the things that he mentioned, I'm sure there were people that felt that way. But I'll say this, right? I'll speak personally. This might be a little funny, but it's really how I feel. I like my presidents to be a bit predictable.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
I like my presidents.
Elaborate, sir.
I like my presidents to be predictable. I like checks and balances.
I don't know if there's any checks or balances. I know there's going to be a lot of checks. I don't know how much balance there's going to be over the next 4 years. But I understand what you're saying.
Right. So
I get what you're saying.
Unpredictability in presidents, I don't really look for it. Mm-hmm. I, for one, like we said, we put God first all first, but I think it's important to have checks and balances across all forms and branches of government. That way, an individual, no one person, no matter the party, is just able to do whatever they would like to do, So, it's we're interesting times. But when you get a predictable president, see, I like when the president just can't do anything they want. I like that.
That really is balance.
I like that. I truly like that.
But that's the whole position of the president. You're not supposed to be able to do anything you want. But it seems as if Donald Trump has been able to kind of flex that power in a sense. Mm-hmm. He's been able to kind of, and again, it appears, I'm not the most political, but it just seems as if he's been able to kind of shift and move his power as he wanted. And again, it is a reminder to anybody that's listening, the Democrats do not control you. The Republicans do not control you. You are in control of your life. Yeah. And so despite how you feel about the results of this election, I do want people to keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, ultimately, you control how you make your life feel. That's how I personally feel.
No, I agree. That's why I wanted so many people to make sure that they voted. It's like, dog, if you could have had some input into what was going on, maybe a senator would have been differently, right? Maybe some local government around you could be different. But when you just go into things so cut and dry, and that's the fault of this country as well, Regi, right? Like, we've shaped it to have people believe that it's just the electoral college. It's like,
or like it's just the president.
Or if it's just the president, where it's like, a lot more people get elected.
Yeah, that's really the main takeaway as well. Like, I feel like we have this conversation every 4 years where people get really obsessed about the presidential election. And rightfully so, it's the biggest election, like I get it. But I guess like if you're feeling like very hopeless and I guess the message would be to like get involved in your communities more, get involved in your local elections more. I feel like there's still room for change there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Shit is looking crazy
It's
though.
crazy.
Like I feel like the last time, I can't remember. I don't know if I was too young, but the last time, well, before Trump, obviously, that there was a Republican president, there wasn't this sense of like despair for me. Like there really wasn't.
You were younger. Social media was different too,
I
so maybe
know,
things
but,
weren't
like,
as amplified.
Yeah, I guess. And I guess I'm just like older, so I'm more aware about how these things affect my life. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Shit is crazy. It's getting really crazy out here.
It's getting a lot, you know. For me, real talk, it's the checks and balances thing for me. And this goes for any president. I don't care your skin color, your race, your party, whatever. I do feel like you shouldn't be able to do whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how this unfolds soon.
I don't know. At least the change isn't gonna be immediate.
What you mean? Like you gotta wait for
like a few
January?
months, and like it's not like he's gonna.
Nah, he getting right to it.
You think so?
Yeah, he
it's
said
gonna be
it.
January. I don't know, man.
Yeah, he said first day he got some things he wanted to do.
Yeah, whatever, Trump. But I don't know. Like I know SaVon said like, and if I'm allowed to be dramatic for one day, today's the day. So please allow me to be dramatic. But like, I know SaVon said like, oh, we're still in control of our own life, and I believe that as well. Like I'm a very like my own perspective. I determine my reality. I'm very like that. But like, I don't know if these things really happen. Like, I'll just stick to the abortion bans and like the reproductive rights. Like I really do feel like the reason why we're so scared is because like that really makes us feel like we are not in control of our lives. That is why it is so important. So
and not for nothing, things are changing that we probably assumed could never change ever before. Me personally, Roe v. Wade, I thought could never be touched when I was coming up.
But they overturned that shit and Trump took credit for it.
I'm trying to tell you, yeah. And even with the Supreme Court justices he's appointed in his tenure, it goes back to my checks and balance point, right? And when you got somebody that got certain people in pocket ready to go, you got to be careful. I like my presidents to be predictable. The unpredictable ones, I don't like that.
Well, Kamala, lady, I'm so proud of you. She ran a beautiful campaign. Oh, and just this last thing, and then I feel like we could move off of this.
Yeah.
But I've been keeping up with one of my favorite pods is Pod Save America, and the hosts they worked on Obama's campaign. And I don't know, you could feel however you feel about President Obama, but one thing he knows how to do, he ran a flawless campaign. He won twice.
That was some marketing.
Yes, so it clearly worked. So the hosts, they worked in that era, so they know, my point is like they know what a beautiful campaign looks like. And even they agreed that Kamala Harris did all that she could do. She ran a great campaign. I'm proud, that is a Black Indian woman. Oh, and also I want to say this when SaVon was on the phone with his dad, when you were talking about your grandma, like getting his ass up to vote. I know Karen told me not to pander during this episode, but I just got to shout out the Black women. They have consistently voted in crazy majority.
That's true.
In the right side of history. That's all I'm going to say.
That is true.
Shout out to the Black women for always holding it down.
Hey, man, shout out to the people. Hopefully by the next election, you guys realize how important your vote truly is, especially for you guys in Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada,
all
Michigan.
The important states.
These are really important states when it comes to that electoral vote in that college. So
I'm glad y'all mentioned that. Yeah. And we don't talk about politics often.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell y'all what really grind my gears.
Like what really scuffs your Timbs?
It really scuffs my Timbs. God damn it! Like,
what's up?
It is so bizarre to me that each and every election, the country is determined by 5 to 8 states.
I know this always happens every 4 years because we're like, what the fuck?
And I know it's a thing, right? And I understand the sentiment of people because I know a lot of people who say, you know what, I live in New York City. I'm not gonna vote because I know my country is my state is gonna be blue.
Senators,
I know it's gonna be blue.
Local
a lot
government.
of people in California, like it's almost like you said, predictability. Like you'll look at the map and you know what states are going to be what. And it's the states, the swinger states, as they call them, right? The states that are on the fence, which determine who is going to be president.
Most of the times.
I don't know if I'm qualified to say we need to change this, but we need to change
Everybody
this.
listen to SaVon.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm the person that should be saying it or can say it. But the fact that each and every election comes down to about
fucking Pennsylvania.
5 to 8 states. This year it was Pennsylvania. This year
I think
it was
about
also
19 electoral votes. New York is about 28.
North Carolina is one of those swing states.
North Carolina, absolutely.
Michigan, like
he cleaned up in all those places.
It comes down to certain states that I'm not gonna say it's fair or not fair. I just want to say it's not equal, because every single year I expect Texas to be red. I expect it, just like I expect New York to be blue, right? And because of those things, it comes down to the states who seem to have it. I don't know if it's fair weather. I don't know if they serve me. I don't know if it's generational. I have no idea, because I don't live in those states. I don't live in Pennsylvania. I don't live in Michigan. I don't live in New Mexico. I don't live in Nevada. Right. These are all states who have been blue at some points and now turn red. Whatever the case may be, it always seems like it comes down to these states. And much like we talk about sports here, the drafts, maybe that process needs to be changed. Like, you shouldn't be allowed to tank in sports.
No,
I shouldn't be allowed to say, you know what? I'm going to be the worst team in basketball this year.
What if y'all already ass?
So if you're ass, just be ass, but play to the highest ability of you to not be ass. And if you ass, you ass.
I'm going to force the ass.
No, you don't force the ass.
All right.
Forcing the ass is how you get an unbalance.
I bet.
And that's what I feel like this situation is. And again, it is what it is. I'm going to stand by making the most of the things that you can control, which is, I started this episode by calling my father. That's something I can control. No matter who's in that seat, no matter who's in that chair, I can call the people that I love. I can work out. I can make efforts to be healthy. I can try to excel in whether it be my hobby, my passion, or the work that I'm in. There's certain just things that I can control. If I had a child, I could make the attempt to have a relationship with my child. If I have parents who are alive, I can try to do things like just control the things that you can control, some of the things you can't. But I do feel like, all right, the fact that this country is determined by 5 to 8 states, it just rubs me personally the wrong way. And I understand why some of the people who be like, hey, man, I'm not going to vote because it doesn't matter. It does matter.
Yeah.
And
it's tough, man, because, certain states like Georgia, we all know Atlanta has become a black mecca. But the state of Georgia, right, all that surround Atlanta
is honky tonk shit.
There you go. There you go. Salute.
Episode title.
Because honky tonk.
Nah, bleep that.
You can't say that shit.
I think that's
racist.
Wait,
is that racist?
I don't know. Is that derogatory?
Is it?
I don't know.
Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was just a silly little term. I did not know the racial implications. Sorry.
I'm going to tell you the racist shit.
Nah, we good.
Oh, I didn't know it was
just
a racist.
told you.
Oh, you just said it?
Yeah, you can't say that shit.
You can't say that shit?
Yeah,
oh, you
y'all
knew.
wasn't supposed to repeat it.
But yeah.
Damn, I ain't know. My fault.
For sure.
But yeah, like I say, like Georgia, it's tough because even if you were to go to just like, move the electoral college away, even in certain regions, it will be very interesting to determine a winner because there will be places within these states that are just different from other parties. So yeah. Let's see it though.
Very informed. I guess educational is the word I'm looking for. Very educational. Again, this is what it is. Make the best of what it is that you can. There's a lot of people who are rejoicing about the situation, and there's a lot of people who feel, unfortunate. I do think it's very revealing on how much money gets pumped into these things, because there's a lot of people who I just kind of see through. I don't know about y'all. There's a lot of celebrities, and I don't want to name anybody individually, but there's a lot of celebrities on both sides where I'm like, oh, you took a bag. You doubled down on the bag. Actually, you were struggling up until the politics came into play, because this is the only thing that keeps your name relevant. There's a lot of former athletes. There's a lot of artists who are struggling, who are endorsing certain parties. And it's like, oh, of course you're going to do this because you need a bag.
What's your number?
What's my number to do what?
What's your number to
You mean to like endorse a candidate?
Yeah.
Which candidate?
The one you support.
Wait, why would I
we almost did it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't be talking too much to the niggas now.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, but like that you already support. I don't feel like, why would you need to pay me to? I'm gonna endorse you anyway.
No, you still got.
You still got.
Hold up, Reggie. You too progressive.
I think Beyonce still took a bag. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Okay, I guess I'm not a celebrity, but me, if I'm like, if I support a political candidate, why? Like, I'm gonna just support you. What do you mean?
That sentiment makes a ton of sense for sure. But, a lot of these people feel like they're celebrity and what they bring in, though they may support you naturally, we're going to need little extras for what it could do for your campaign.
You know what it is? We got to get a little bit more famous for Regi to shift her thinking.
What do you mean?
Because there's going to be people at some point that pay
that want my endorsement.
No matter what you believe, there's still a...
For me, oh wait, sorry, you.
No, I was just gonna say there still should be a number that says, "Hey, you know what? For me to like do this publicly, you got to pay me X amount of money."
I don't know. For me though, like even if I get very famous, I know my influence will be different because I'm not famous now. But like, I want to be involved in like the election though. So like I'm not gonna be like, unless you pay me, I'm not endorsing you, Kamala.
Cardi B said she didn't take a bag.
Like I don't know. Like for me, I want to if I'm super famous and I have influence for an election cycle, like I do want to just like
do it naturally. Like
endorse a candidate that I think is better though.
I respect that.
If I thought we were talking about how much would it take for someone to endorse someone that I don't support. Like for example, what would my number be to give like Trump an endorsement?
Oh, gotcha.
For me, I feel like I would never fucking do that. But I don't know. But if I already support the person, give me like.
Nah, me too. There's no number.
Shut up.
Never.
Not
sure. 9 digits, right?
Never
you.
See, I feel like you would.
Yo, you know it's crazy. You know me.
What about 9 and a half? 10 digits.
There's no number.
Never, right? Never
if a very problematic candidate gave you $5 million to be like, yo, shout me out, be like, put your support behind me.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. No, for real.
You would do it.
No, $5 million is not enough. I promise you.
No, I feel you.
Because that's your reputation on the line.
Like $5 million is not enough.
That's your whole name.
But you know what is enough?
Let me hear the number. Yeah, what's your number?
Say it. Manifest the number.
A 4-day work week.
Oh, amen.
Okay, so if the president,
if there was a candidate who had a shaky history, and he told me, "Hey, I'm gonna give y'all niggas 4 days of work and 3 days off," it's gonna make me reconsider because.
I'm kind of not mad at it.
It's not just me. It's that all of us.
Yeah, we all eat, right?
It's all of us. But
he's a man of the people.
That hasn't happened just yet. And so for me, 9 million, 5 million.
That's a tough bet, though. I know you better than that because what if they just flop on you once they get in?
Yeah, what'd you do that for?
You're more tangible than that, my boy.
Yeah. I tried.
I tried, guys. He lied to me.
I tried. It's for us.
I don't know. That's your reputation on the line, though.
It's
like,
tough.
I'm not fucking supporting a racist candidate. Like, I'm not doing that.
But I will say this, and then we can kind of move off of politics. And again, we're not here to like influence anybody or dictate anybody's decision. It is what it is. It happened.
It did. Yep.
In 1998, Donald Trump did say this.
Oh my God, I saw this yesterday.
And I want people to keep this in mind. I don't know how you feel about it. Maybe he had a change of heart. But this is a quote Donald Trump in 1998, People magazine. "If I were to run, I'd run as a Republican. They're the dumbest group of voters in the country. They believe anything on Fox News. I could lie and they'd still eat it up. I bet my numbers would be terrific." That is Donald Trump quote from 1998.
Wow.
We've seen he has run. He is running under the Republican, party.
Party, yeah. So he manifested this position.
And so, again, maybe he had a change of thought. I don't know. But it's just very telling. It's very revealing.
Yeah.
And this is where we are. Again.
That's so crazy.
Hey, folks, continue to stay informed.
Control what you can control.
And control what you can control.
And
absolutely.
I want to give my guy to my right a shout out because he did tell you guys, hey, I'm not that political.
He did.
But I appreciate it.
He did. No, you did well.
He texted me. Can I say it?
For
what
sure.
you said?
No, expose me some more.
No, this is a good thing.
But it's not just her. It wasn't just her.
This is a good. No, this is a good thing. I'm not making fun of you or anything.
Yeah.
I appreciate. Text a woman today, yo. Like I'm not even
honestly,
joking. Like
y'all been
I
touching
told
too many
you,
niggas.
like all I've ever wanted in my life is to have a family, to have babies. Like this is really weighing heavy on us. So it really does matter. Please text someone, a woman you love. And SaVon, he has said again, he's like, I'm not really comfortable getting into politics. So, and I respect that. And then he texted me, he's like, yo, this shit's fucked up. He's like, just because I'm not fully into politics doesn't mean I don't care, Reg. I'm like, SaVon, I appreciate you.
What an empath.
No, but I'm saying, I'm not even being sarcastic. I appreciated that. Like, that made me feel loved. I was like, thank you, SaVon.
Right.
Please go text someone, guys.
Because people are going to, align with what they align with. And one of the things that I strongly, heavily align with is just women's rights. Like, I think that's a very basic conversation, talking point to have. It's just like,
it's crazy.
You want people to be able to make decisions on their body for themselves. And that was one of the reasons that, one of the things that really stuck out to me. I text a bunch of women that were in my life.
I love that.
Regi being one of them.
That's good.
My mom,
that's dope.
Grandma,
as
sisters, all of those things.
You don't feel like you should have control over what a woman should do over her body.
And that's the craziest thing to me. And
it's crazy. I think it's mad weird for men to be like, yeah, it's what you're going to do with your shit. But hey, ladies out there, for real.
I think they want pussies.
That's what you gonna do with your shit.
Yeah,
maybe
that's crazy.
Maybe they want vaginas.
Niggas don't even know how to clean vagina. Talking about this, what you gonna do with it? That's crazy.
And words don't want that. For sure, the N word.
We got to get you back on track.
Nah, I said I was.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, nah, but I don't like that.
Okay.
That was whack.
Sounds crazy.
But hey, some quick advice. Please look up, ladies, for you, what state you're living in, their laws, and how they're going about, abortions or things of that nature, or just anything that has to do with your body. And if you have to leave that state to another provision, do what you got to do. All right?
Because it's gonna get crazy over these next
It
few years.
It might get crazy. It might get a little crazy.
I need y'all to mark this real quick. Just mark. Just
Oh, shit.
Make a little note. Nah.
RP.
Can we leave this in or no? You don't want to say it? Because I'm fully in support of that.
Nah,
Same.
Nah, we not leaving that in.
Hey.
We can bleep, but we gotta make sure we protect it.
Because I know why you're saying that, but yeah.
Well, I'm saying it. Keep exposing me.
Oh my God.
No, I would talk about it.
This is snitch pod. This is snitch pod.
I love it.
I love it. Hey, real
I
quick.
know I made Pierre laugh. Shout out to Pierre.
Real quick before I forget, usually we get to go and if we get to mention certain things. RIP to Quincy Jones.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh my God.
I know. We're supposed to probably come in with that,
shook
right?
my world
We just get to
It is
go when
okay.
we get so
It is
passionate
okay.
and excited.
I'm glad
RIP
you
Quincy
said that.
Jones, 91 years old. I heard he passed away around family members, so that warms my heart.
Shout out to that.
If you don't know who Quincy Jones is, you should do your Googles. I'm talking, this dude has produced for the likes of Frank Sinatra, Michael Jackson. I mean, the list is truly endless. So yeah, big RIP to a figure.
One of the most influential people in entertainment
Of all
and music
time.
of all time.
For sure.
Again, just those two names alone, Frank Sinatra
And Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson,
Wait,
obviously Will Smith, the Beatles, the list goes on and
my
on.
God.
Like he
Extensive.
he is on the Mount Rushmore. He may be the first person on the Mount Rushmore.
Did it all.
I do want to play a song because this is one of the cuts of this album. But Thriller is, in my opinion, and again, I wasn't around for this era, but
Alex.
Thriller is one of Quincy Jones's finest of works alongside Michael Jackson. Baby Be Mine by Michael Jackson, like it just screams that era.
Absolutely.
A lot of people may not even know this song. You know that, right?
Do your Googles,
There's a
y'all.
lot of Michael Jackson shit that people don't know.
They just know
That I
Thriller.
like slept on.
And, shout out to Quincy Jones. Again, going back to our guy, Regi, Will Smith,
Oh my God, guys.
producer,
Literally,
Fresh Prince.
We would not have the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air without Quincy Jones, and that is so crazy. Like, there's not a word in the dictionary. It has to be stronger than iconic for Quincy Jones.
For
That
sure,
has
for
to be.
sure.
Just imagine
And we've
everything
had
you
a
saw.
lot of loss in the culture with the
Yeah.
music over the last year, especially 2024.
Especially
2024
this
has
year.
not really been kind to us.
No.
I think for me personally, this is the first year where it's like, oh shit, generations are like turning.
Yeah.
Right? Like DJ Clark Kent, staple in the culture. Mr. C,
See, yep.
Fat Man Scoop.
Yep.
There's a lot of people who built our pillars of the culture who are no longer with us, whether it be from age, whether it be from disease,
Ailments.
all of these things.
Yeah.
And Quincy Jones was the epitome of just culture, of music, of entertainment, of professionalism, of stories, all of these things. And so yeah, I thank you for like making sure you pointed that out.
For sure.
We were gonna get to it at some point.
Yeah.
But
We're about
like,
to get into music.
think
somewhere.
about all of the influence that Michael Jackson had as an artist, and to know that Quincy Jones was one of the pivotal people
behind it.
behind curating this
Crazy.
talent. Like,
Crazy.
listen, like.
Oh my God, this is putting me in a good mood.
You get what I'm saying?
Great move.
Like,
This is great.
to be able to curate this talent is an accomplishment, is a gift in itself.
It's no joke.
Yeah, because
and
not
not at all.
even does it's obviously the immense talent, God-given talent that Quincy Jones have, but also like just the foresight he had to like
point.
know like these are gonna be our future icons and work with them and recruit them. That is just so amazing to me.
It is.
Like, this is timeless music. This music will exist way beyond him, way beyond Michael Jackson, way beyond us.
Now.
From the samples. And I know we're focusing on Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but he put his imprint on his music.
It is. It's one of those things.
It's absolutely
It's not
is.
shit about. We was talking about over the pandemic, we focused heavy on verses.
Yeah.
And there is nobody on the face of this earth that can hold anything to a Quincy Jones when it comes to a versus.
I completely agree. I have nothing to utter back to that. I have no. Here you go.
And I say why that is human nature. Why do we do it that way? And I say,
So yeah.
Why?
Thank you, Alex, for making sure you brought that up.
Absolutely.
Because
A
I
legend.
would have been
Legend.
heartbroken if
Same.
we didn't.
And we've been
mention
doing that. We
Quincy.
have been doing it on purpose. And RIP to everybody that we haven't mentioned in the last few weeks. We just get so passionate when we get into the studio and it escapes our mind. But yeah, big rest in power to Quincy Jones. Last point for me. I just think about all of the eras people like that saw. Like you saw the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. Like, fam.
Yo, like that,
you must look at life so much differently than us.
that's also what's so heartbreaking about losing him is that the stories this man carried, like within his body, like there are no words to describe probably the things that he has seen.
This is so true.
Yeah.
This is so
And then
true.
it's crazy, like, he was alive for the era when, like, cocaine was cool.
Yo, it was the drug of choice.
Like, cocaine was cool.
It was weed.
Quaaludes was cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say the next, but just, you know,
Quaaludes was too cool.
just not really knowing what you was doing was like, he just lived through it.
Yeah.
It's like certain words that are now expired.
He lived through them words.
When we said the words back in the day, we didn't know they was gonna be expired. You just lived through it. Like
It was just like a different time, you
he
know?
just lived through everything
Yeah.
and produced greatness at every single step. And then even his daughter, even his children, his children are great.
Yeah.
Right? Like a lot of people may not know Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
That is Quincy Jones's daughter.
Yes, it is.
And she's been around. She's a
Yes, she
comedic
is.
actress.
Yeah.
She's also a dramatic actress. Like she's been around. She's super uber talented.
Absolutely.
I think one of the first times I remember seeing her real quick, is on the Chappelle Show. She was one of the actresses on the Chappelle Show, and then I see her on an Apple TV show, and it's like, oh my God, that's Quincy Jones' daughter. Holy shit, she's really gifted. So yeah, like the legacy that he created, the lanes that he gave to not only just black people, to the world, his gift. A lot of people think because you aren't an artist, you don't have gifts, or maybe you can't influence the world in a way that he has. But he's a true testament of what it is to be a producer, what it is to have talent, what it is to curate talent. You know, and just shout out to him. And again, all of the people that we've lost this year, major hit to our culture, to entertainment as a whole. And again, Alex, thank you for bringing up Quincy Jones because it kind of hits different as we're going through these different generations, different phases of life. Like when we have children, I'm going to have to sit my child down
and school them
and let them know who Quincy Jones is.
Absolutely.
It's a must. Or I'll
Crazy.
be upset.
So crazy.
We can't be losing recipes.
Like they was in them old ass Oldsmobile cars with Frank Sinatra, and then he was also able to experience an iPhone. Like I hope I am that blessed to see
So just,
generations like that.
It's beautiful. Like what a life he lived, you know?
I'm telling you.
Beautiful.
Like he was one of the first black men who was accepted on fucking white girls.
I knew every time I knew you were gonna say some shit like this.
He was an innovator.
All the eras.
Him
All
and
the
Frank,
eras.
like, what you think him and Frank was Sinatra was really doing?
Passing joints around.
That's so crazy.
Like, yo, take this sister right.
Biracial. Look at his daughter. I can't like.
Yo, shout out to
Shout out
Kadada too. Kadada was his other daughter. She also dated Tupac. But yeah, great family.
Oh my
Signing
God, what
peace to all.
Legend.
Legend.
Super legend.
Yeah.
Kicking into other legends.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Young Thug.
Thugga baby.
He's out.
He's out.
I don't know how he did it. Young Thug, he has defeated a RICO charge in the state of Atlanta.
State Rico.
Georgia. I said the state of Atlanta, the city of Atlanta, and the state. The city of Atlanta, the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
He beat a RICO charge this past week. We haven't recorded since that has happened.
State Rico.
One of the biggest artists in our culture in hip hop and rap music. We didn't know what it was looking like with all of the rappers today being indicted federally towards the state, murder, all of the charges that are alleged against them. There's a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of people who feel relieved about Thugger's release. We haven't got a chance to really cover it. I know how I feel about it. I would love to hear how y'all feel about it. I think Thug is, if there was a Mount Rushmore +1, he would be the +1.
Why are you gonna say it like that?
Yeah,
Because
really.
there's only 4 people on the Mount Rushmore, and I'm not gonna just
You mean
be.
overall?
You could do Atlanta for his era, Mount Rushmore.
I was talking about okay, all
Right?
right,
Like
I'm not
a
mad at
Future,
that.
Thugger.
Oh, okay.
Because the Mount
Yeah.
Rushmore for me is Drake, Kendrick, Cole. Those are the big three. And then I think Future is number 4. And then if I had to say 5,
I see
I
what you're
lied. 5 is going to be Nicki. 6 is going to be Thug for me.
Okay.
So, but again, it doesn't matter where we rank these
Put
people.
mad extra people.
Thank God.
Do like 4 other niggas in here.
Thankfully, Young Thug is free.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I remember, when did he go in? 2022 or something?
2 years ago, 2022.
I
Yeah.
remember when he first was arrested, everyone was just like, yeah, it's done because it's a federal case, like it's over. And then as the events kept happening, you know, years have passed. I feel like before he got out, we were very hopeful, like, yo, Mariah the scientist, you may actually be onto something.
Yeah.
He might actually get out. And lo and behold, he did. I just want to reply to what SaVon said when he introed this topic. He was like, I don't know how he did it. I actually know exactly how he did it. And it's because of a gentleman named Brian Steele, his lawyer. Clap it up, guys. Yo, he's a New York king. He was, because I did an article.
That's white power?
That's what it looked like.
Okay.
Yo, shout out to.
That's what happened when white power had black power.
He might.
I respect it.
He might.
I love you,
He
Alex.
he might be on the list of great whites.
He might be a great white.
But like
Nah, he
above
definitely
Sean
is.
Evans.
Oh, wow.
Because this was amazing.
Yeah, Sean just been eating chicken. This nigga right here.
Okay, let's not slander him now.
Oh, my fault.
But the next day after Young Thug's release, I had to research Brian Steele and do an article about him because I was like, who the fuck is this guy? A fun fact is that during the trial, during the most grueling trial, and he's a lawyer, like you have to be on 24/7. He was training for marathons, and he ran 6 marathons since Young Thug's trial began.
What?
Without headphones.
Oh, he was in shape.
Because it helps him think. And he grew up in Queens, New York. That explains a lot.
Shout out to Queens.
And he was supposed to be on Wall Street, but then he changed his mind after he visited Wall Street and was like, he just saw people like yelling at each other all day. And he was like, no, I'm going to be an attorney. So here we are. And he does great work. Please look into him. Give him his flowers. You're on the list of great whites, Brian Steele.
Yeah, man. We got to bake you a pecan pie or something, Steele. We need to get,
Oh, he is in Georgia, you know?
Yeah, he in Georgia. We got to get you some food, man. No, salute, because
he's the GOAT.
For real, that trial was a mess.
Yo, and he
Okay.
really, the reason why Young Thug is out is literally because of Brian Steele and his strategy. Like people,
Yes.
like, you know, you've heard like, oh, he said like not to take this plea deal. Like I got this, and it worked. Like he's the GOAT, bro.
Trial was a mess. I think they changed the judge about 3 times to finally agreeing on one. Not only that, the lead snitch, which is YSL Woody, you guys might know him as, he was giving the prosecution a runaround. So a lot of people that support Thug, people like myself, I'm watching this trial and I'm like, man, this don't look like it's finna go that far. You know, you need this, and this is what was different too. This was a state RICO, not a federal RICO. So in my head, I was like, how does this differ from a natural federal RICO? And I guess once you're in state, you could pull strings a bit better. Yeah, I'm just happy Thug is home. And for you, those of you out here that are saying like I'm a what's the word? Because allegedly what he committed, like the crimes he committed, you know, probably are not like the best things, right? But again, we're all contradicting ourselves every day. I think we're fans of people and don't understand why. At the end of the day, that shit was a mess, and you got to beat me in court. The mafia used to say that a lot, right? Like, you do your job, and I'm gonna do my job, right? So, yeah, that is. I'm excited.
I can't believe he's actually free though. But let's talk about the conditions of his release.
Gotta talk
He's
about it.
on probation for almost 2 decades, and there are a lot of conditions that come with it,
Which is really tough.
So,
Which is really,
you know,
really, really tough. Being on probation, being in the position that Thug is in, because
he's a rapper. Like
and not only is he a rapper, but he is one of the top rappers in the game, which means he has unlimited access, which means there's a lot of people who's not going to say no to you, which means there's going to take a lot of discipline for you to make sure that you abide by whatever the rules are that your probation is adhering to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But ultimately, he is free. And so that is the goal when you're in these situations. As somebody who have loved ones do bids and, you know, you just kind of been there, you just want them to be out. You get what I'm saying?
Like,
so his children, his parents,
His loved ones,
we've heard from his parents, we heard from his children, we've seen his children, we've seen his partners, his girlfriend, all of those things. As somebody who's on the outside, like they always say, when somebody you love goes behind the wall, you do the bid with them. This is one of the things, one of the scenarios where thankfully he's out. And so long as he's able to abide by some of these tricky rules, because one thing about parole, probation, all of these things, it is designed for you to go back.
Absolutely.
They do want to be proven right at the end of the day.
I think he's banned from, I'm pretty sure he's banned from like the Atlanta metro area.
For 10 years.
Yeah.
He's banned for 10 years.
He has a lot of tough conditions, yeah.
He can only come back for weddings, funerals, and family emergencies.
And graduations, I think?
Yeah, graduations and family emergencies.
And, oh my gosh, I thought this was just adorable. Maybe I'm just being too naive and positive. But I feel like the fact that he specifically requested to be able to collaborate with Sergio Kitchens, a.k.a. Gunna, and his brother, I thought that was cute. No?
Did you?
Wait, I thought that was because he wanted to collaborate with him. Or am I being naive?
A bit naive, my good sister.
Why?
Well, I want to say this, right? We don't fully know what's actually going on. But we can speculate with what's out right now. And I'll just tell you some few things I noticed. Because you were so right. That was one of the things he pleaded to the judge about. Like, hey, I want to be able to make music with Gunna, so I want to be able to speak with him without any interruptions. That absolutely happened for a fact. Now, the next day.
What he tweeted?
Goes to Twitter.
Yeah, say it like Thug would.
I'm going to say like
because I know you can say it better than all of us. Yeah, let me hear it.
All right. Real plea deal, Jack. So I'm going to say it in my regular voice.
You lived in Atlanta.
I did live in Atlanta.
You lived in Atlanta.
Twin, what
so
up,
you
twin?
know what it is, twin.
What's going on, twin?
Ah, shit, twin.
So I'm going to say it in my normal voice, right? Real plea deal, Jack. Now, let's really analyze these 4 words, an exclamation mark. Real. That tells Alex, me, myself. I don't want to think for y'all.
I love that you're actually analyzing every single word.
We gonna do it.
I was about to say real.
Real.
It's only one way to say you real. No?
Absolutely. So he says real. If you guys remember, a lot of people were calling Gunna a snitch because he cooperated. We saw
allegedly.
He cooperated. That ain't no allegedly.
He took the, what was it, Alpha plea?
Yeah, he took the Alpha plea. You remember when I mentioned it up here? Yeah, he took an Alpha plea, he cooperated. We saw the video of him saying, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And the things he was agreeing to was him and Thugger were in a car and they were asking him if the things belonged to him. And he said, no, ma'am. And he identified them to be Jeffrey, who was Thug. So most people looked at that as, damn, yo, that motherfucker snitching. He's switching on Thug. Everybody else was more on some like, let's wait and see what Thug has to say. So, as you guys both know, Gunna has been home since then. He's put out music. He's put out 2 albums. He's toured. But we've still been trying to speculate, like, what is the relationship between Gunna and Thug?
Where do they stand?
Where do they stand? We see an affiliate of that camp, Lil Baby. He throws subliminal messages about rats and songs while Thugger is still locked, and he's had 0 communication with Gunna since he's been back. So it makes you wonder. So again, I go back to the tweet, real. I think what Thug is trying to imply here is that he went through the process correctly. He took it to trial, just like his song, and took a plea deal after the trial. So if I'm reading this to be correct, I think he's trying to insinuate that Gunna took a weak or a fake plea deal. Just in Thug's eyes, of course, right?
So wait, before you continue.
Absolutely.
From what you're saying, you believe that that tweet is saying that Thug is almost at odds with Gunna?
He was being shady to Gunna.
Being shady to Gunna. And
about,
I think
even though he requested to work with Gunna.
So glad you brought that up.
Wait, he's not being shady to other people who snitched, quote unquote?
I think that applies as well. And that's a great point, Reggie. Absolutely. For sure. We just don't know the others the way we know Gunna. And to the point about what he requested in court, this is just Alex. I could be wrong. Y'all called me. Y'all said I was reaching before, and then we've debunked things in the future.
Right. Right as shit.
I hate being that nigga.
I don't like you being that. I don't like you being that brother.
I just like reading the writing on the wall. Okay. And for that, SaVon, I think it was more so he doesn't want to get jammed up if he has to run into Gunna. Like you said, he's still a YSL artist. He still produces music under that label, at least for now, at the time of this recording that I know of. So I think that was just a way for him to not get jammed up with having communication with Gunna. I'll take it a step further. Next tweet, Wham. Who's Wham? That's Lil Baby's nickname, y'all. Wham, wham, wham. Bitch, I'm Lil Baby. He goes, wham, let's drop one on these rats. Peter, not SaVon.
Oh. Wait, that seems really clear. Sorry, guys.
Yo, bro, where you been all my life, bro?
Here.
What the fuck?
Wait, okay, you know what's like, why I feel really stupid right now? Because I saw these tweets.
I know.
But the fact that Alex is reading them to me like I'm 5 right now, now I finally get it.
Yo, you the street whisperer, bro.
Don't do that.
But all he did was just read it to us.
But why you ain't tell me this in the group chat, bro? What the fuck?
And me and SaVon are like,
That makes sense.
Well, yo, you know what it is like?
Yo,
it's like
Wham.
back in the day when 50 was called like Boo Boo.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Like you had to know who Boo Boo was to know who Boo Boo was.
You had to.
Shit.
Wait, he said-
so. Wham is wham. Wham is wham. Wham. Yo, we
Wham,
gonna drop
wham.
the shit on the
he said,
rats.
Nigga
let's
excited.
drop one on these rats.
Mind you, and Wham has been the one that has been throwing shots at Gunna.
I feel, God, it's okay.
And-
Make fun of me in the comments. I was stupid.
No, you're fine. And let's dress it up some more. We've seen clips of him with T.I. since he got out, right?
Okay, shout out to Tip
Why
Harris.
the hell?
Clifford.
That's my boy Cliff. Shout out to Cliff,
Big
man.
Cliff.
Big Cliff. Don't fuck around.
You ready?
Why we ain't seen clips of him and Gunna if he just requested to make music with him?
Because sometimes your best friends, like, it's like your favorite side piece. You don't never pop out with the favorite. Nah, I'm chilling. No, because I've been getting mad trouble on this pod, bro. I was just making like an
It was just an example.
Stop the vote.
It's just
Stop the vote.
stop the vote right there.
Stop the vote.
I'm crying.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And there's a song going here. Remember that album he put out when he first got locked, and it featured Drake. And there was I think it was Jonesboro. I don't know. Anyway, on the song, Drake starts off, and then midway through it is a collect call from Thug. And on the call, he's saying, "We're pushing more Peter than any pusher Pete." Like
Shade and Gunna.
Shade and Gunna, the same Peter, the same verbiage and lingo that he just used on his tweets.
Peter was in the Bible.
Peter was.
So maybe because the acronym that his lawyer came up with, pushing P, was pushing positivity. You know what I'm saying?
Truly humble under God.
Yeah, it's Young Thug stands for truly humble under God.
Shout out to Brian
So
Steele.
we just never know where these names derive from. As we all know, Drake comes from, just gotta, what was it? Kill right and do everything?
Kill right and do everything.
You just gotta do right, kill everything. Whatever it was, these acronyms come for whatever. I don't know.
Right.
Do right and kill everything.
Do right.
Kill
right and do everything. That shit sounded good though.
That shit spelled Crake.
Nah,
wait, no,
kill right and do everything.
I don't know,
K
whatever.
dot. My fault. I fucked up.
Don't do that.
I put the K first.
do
I'm
that.
just saying, do right and kill everything. All of these names may be acronyms for anything. So I do want to give Young Thug, I do want to give Gunna, I do want to give Push and P, the benefit of the doubt of maybe meaning something else.
Yeah, maybe they're frenzies.
And we'll leave the door open for that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, y'all. I'm going to come in and say I was wrong.
Because if you snitch on me,
I never.
For me to get out,
I would never.
I'm going to be your bestie.
You going to cooperate on my behalf?
Best friend. That's my best friend.
If Alex snitched on you, I feel like you wouldn't be friends with him when you got out. No?
I don't.
No,
you know what it is? You got to link up with somebody who you don't think would snitch on you.
Wait, what?
I don't think Alex was snitching.
You said he snitched on you, though.
But I really believe in my heart of hearts.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people that I would assess in my life. I'm like, you know what? If I did something with them, they would snitch on me.
Yeah.
I don't believe Alex would snitch on me.
But the scenario,
Thanks,
I'm saying,
man.
you said he did snitch on you. That's where I'm like, you wouldn't link up with him.
I would do like 6 years for Alex.
What?
Aww.
Anything more than
That's adorable.
I do that too.
Anything more than 6 though.
Then
is a
you
long
talking.
Yeah.
Then you go tell what I
for real.
did.
Anything more than 6 is like because 6 is like really the max.
All right, so we got to pick our crimes carefully then.
We don't do crimes.
Word.
Yes, walk that back.
No, I mean my fault. Yeah,
Walk that back now.
Now we don't do crimes.
You know the only crime we
don't
do?
What?
Jaywalk. And it became legal.
It did. You're right.
So in New York
State.
City, it became legal. Like the only shit I ever did was jaywalk. But If it came to Alex, if it came to Regi, I would do up to like 6 because honestly, I wouldn't be here without y'all.
Like Bobby Shmurda and Roddy Rebel, right?
For sure. Wait, I think they got issues today. I don't
They
know.
do have
from what
issues
I've
today.
seen.
No, they do.
We record in Brooklyn,
I also
so I'm
don't
gonna chill
know-
out. Yo, you know goons listen to this pod?
Nah, I know. I talk to them and I be fucked up. I be like, you listen to our shit? They be like, yeah, bro, y'all talking that shit up there.
That shit entertaining.
Yo,
That's how they be. I be like, wow.
real street. Like,
I know.
No. You don't know.
Oh, shit, my
They
fault.
pressed you?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
I got pressed.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, yo, bro, I love Uptown.
Oh, you got press?
I be like, yo, I'll be Uptown.
He do be uptown.
I really do be
I'm a
uptown
witness.
type shit.
He be up there.
But like, yeah, like people really listen to us.
I know, it fucks my head up.
It's crazy.
Can't lie
But
to you.
but what if, you know,
Yeah.
by this time next week, Young Thug ain't gonna drop a song together?
I would be astonished and I'd
Like,
be
cause
happy.
that's gonna hit.
At the end of the day, I love music from the YSL camp. Like, my favorite song from the two of them is Far. No, they say we make it far. We spun 100 bar. I'm into that shit. Okay? I would love to see music from the both of them. It just doesn't seem as if Thugger is really okay. And also, I want you to leave what you guys feel in the comments. Again, I don't think these artists do things by accident. I think they're very intentional with each move and everything. Even in that T.I. video I was bringing up when Thug had linked up with T.I., even T.I. at the end of the clip said, yeah, he did it the right way. It just feels like they're trying to get at Gunner and say, yo, you ain't do it correct. My son took it to trial, got a plea deal, and you took the plea deal before the trial.
I'm not gonna be the guy because I don't know Atlanta politics, but a lot of people have accused T.I. of certain things. I'll say that,
Yeah.
and I don't know for certain, right?
yeah,
like
yeah.
whenever I see T.I., I think he's a stand-up guy.
I met him a few times. Oh,
For me.
shit. I worked on a movie with T.I.
That's just
Great
like,
guy.
I've never met him. I don't know
Complex.
him. I know what the internet says about him. I know what we've seen him do. Like, he had to do jail time at the peak of his powers during coming out of a movie. Like, I lived through these moments of T.I. being the #1 rapper in hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about y'all who are listening, and some of y'all may even laugh at the thought of T.I. being the #1 rapper in hip hop.
That's how you know.
But I remember when T.I. was
Really him.
undisputed. He is the best. He is the most popular. He's putting out the most work.
Paper Trail?
in the game. Paper Trail. All of these things. To
Come
move.
on.
Like T.I.
Trap
was
music.
he was really him.
Yeah. He did.
Right. And so I remember those moments. But I also remember the allegations that was put against T.I. And so I take everything with a grain of salt.
For sure.
I take everything with a grain of salt. But I will say this. Based off of the music and the art that Young Thug has produced, all right, I'm gonna tell y'all the story real quick. When I was in college, I think Young Thug back in like anywhere from 2014 to 2016, 2017, I think that's when Young Thug was really, really, really prominent.
Had it on lock.
Like, he may have been #1 wherever you were in the country. You may feel different, but for me and my demographic, he was that guy. Everybody was like, yo, who is this nigga? Oh, damn, I said it. Who is this guy?
I seen you, don't worry.
No, but he had a song called,
Nah, say it. Say the song title.
he had a song.
It's a song title.
And I just remember Young Thug really being that guy. And so for me, I used to do these things. Alex and
Yeah.
Regi, I'm gonna ask you too, because I don't know your history, your past. You could like deny whatever. But have you ever siphoned?
Have I ever
Siphon
siphoned?
Siphed and siphon. Yeah, a siphon siphon.
I don't even know what that
Think about
means.
what a siphon is.
You talking about Bud?
Okay.
Okay. we
And
there.
now,
Is it like a sipception?
okay, I'm following. What's a siphception?
Like you sipe and then within that sipe you also sipe.
Yes, a siphon. Which is
My name is so much better.
no, like we're gonna sipe, we're gonna smoke, we're gonna
Okay,
have a sesh,
for
boom,
sure.
everybody's passed the blunt.
Oh, yeah, for
But
sure.
at the same time, simultaneously,
You gonna rap?
we're gonna rap.
Got you.
A siphon sipe.
Pass the blunt. You got to do your little quick 8.
You get what I'm saying? A siphon was something that I felt like me and my
Got
guys at the time,
You were
we
rap-
coined.
Sorry.
You was rapping like that?
I tried.
Give us a little.
I fucking that
Show
bitch.
us. Show us.
I fucking that hook.
So during the cypher, the people that you was with, you would put on a random beat, you would smoke whatever you were smoking, right? And then you would try to rap to it. So for me at this time, I tried the cypher. Okay. I can admit to it. And somebody put on the lifestyle beat.
Oh shit.
Now, anybody who has had rap dreams, anybody who has said, hey, you know what? I'm going to rap today. I really want you to listen to Lifestyle. And for anybody, any regular human being to pick up a pocket in that song, you are gifted.
No,
because
yes.
when that song comes on,
it's a piano chord because I try to learn it, but it's piano.
You are not supposed to be able to rap to that song.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull it up,
motherfucker. Ooh. On the track.
So now, as we continue to listen to this, because again, we talked about T.I. and Young Thug. They're on this song, obviously. I think this was T.I.'s song, if I'm not...
Lifestyle?
I think so, no?
Nah,
is it not? I know he's featured on it.
Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug.
He's
featured
on
Lifestyle?
it. But is T.I. not... T.I. is featured on the song.
No.
I'm bugging?
Yeah, you bugging, Brody.
Well, I know Young Thug and T.I. had a song called Peanut Butter
what?
Jelly.
I lied. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It is Ain't About the Money.
If it ain't about the money,
That's
the
what
one.
it is. Ain't About the Money is the song that I'm thinking of. Everything I just said, erase from your head.
It's all good. We understand.
we pick up on
Both
that.
of those songs are hard to rap to, but Ain't About the Money is the hardest song
If
in
it ain't
rap
about the money.
history to rap to.
And T.I. caught that
I
pocket.
promise you, both of them. Like I'm gonna pull the instrumental up.
Okay. I'm about to
And
pull up.
I want y'all to try to like pick up the beat, and the listeners too. Why not?
If it ain't about the money.
Oh my God, we're gonna have Siphception right now.
Yeah.
We've rapped on this podcast before.
We definitely have. I can't front. If it ain't about the money, don't be.
Oh my, no, but that's really like Young Thug's greatest quality though. Everyone that has worked with him is like, yo, he has unimaginable pockets.
So now
you can't find him.
I want y'all to think about how you're gonna start your rap verse on this beat.
Oh my God, I love when the beat drops.
Just tell me when you're gonna rap.
Okay.
Just go for it.
Okay.
The beat's
This
gonna
is
drop
really
though.
hard. Listen.
I'm only just doing what he does.
Yeah, I'm like trying to take that shit out of my head. Now I was buying a car and then I set up the state. I come and stay with the turn. I'm going state to state.
Okay.
And then I tell my corn and then I get some cash.
Hey.
I'm just doing the flow. And shit.
It's
like on
hard.
melody.
Listen to this.
No, but I like Alex's flow because it was different than Thug's flow. I feel like.
It's different? Yeah, it's definitely hard though. I'm a weirdo though.
Try to do, you say you want to do it because I'm too shy to do it, but you do like a slower one. Try to do a slower one.
I'm listening
Just
to this is an organ.
Yeah.
I don't know where to begin. So
No,
for
no.
them to hear this
And just go.
and to create a hit song off of this instrumental,
And he probably didn't write it. That's probably the craziest part
they
about
just
it.
heard it, felt it,
And went.
and put it down.
For sure.
And so for me to know that we have
That's a hard beat though.
received an artist who has the ability, him and T.I., because listen to this shit. Hold up.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. I'm up in 11, I was up in 11.
That is not original.
All I can hear is them in my head.
This is not supposed
It's
to
not. It's not.
This is not a normal song to have a hit on,
Yeah, it's
bro.
not.
Am I bugging?
If it ain't about the money.
Really gotta catch it. Really gotta catch it the way I walk up and down. I was never fappy. I'm hearing with the frowns.
This is not a normal
that
beat.
shit's-
These
you gotta
humans
catch
are
that
not
mother-
humans. Like,
No,
so
aliens.
shout out to Young Thug, shout out to T.I.
Facts.
When I seen them connect on FaceTime, I thought about this beat. I thought about the struggles that I had to try to pick up a beat because when I was doing a Cypher, when I was smoke weed and try to rap, I was like rapping a Mob Deep. That's a lot easier to rap to.
You didn't show us you rapping over this.
I couldn't.
Couldn't catch it.
I still can't. But I
That
just
was the point of your story. That's true.
Yeah, I want everybody to be able to admire their talent.
Yeah.
Again, shout out to Young Thug for being out.
Facts.
Again, T.I. said he did it the right way. There's ways he probably could have did it that was different. And I'm just happy to see, a person home, a black man home.
Yeah, and I hope he just learned from everything for real, for real. That's the most important thing to me. Like, look, they told you to stay away from Atlanta. Good. Please move to Scranton, Pennsylvania. Like, I want him far, far away. Please, please, get far away from all of that, bro.
Yeah, like, I wonder what's going to happen. Obviously, I hope the best. Like, I don't want him to violate his probation and go back to jail, but it's going to be very difficult. But I really hope that he can stick to it because we just need more music forever from Young Thug.
Absolutely. So. You got to stay away from felons.
For sure.
Sheesh.
Oh, wait, tell us your tweet. You had a funny tweet. Say it.
My God. we talking about also we need to I saw a meme going around saying that we need to take off felons off of job applications, and I completely agree.
Yeah, because a convicted felon is now the president of the United States, guys.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you want me to read it? It's gonna take us back to politics. You sure?
No, your tweet about what Young Thug has to do from now on.
Oh my God, I forgot about that
one.
shit. Yo, I just be talking. All right, I said 15 years probation. Bet. Tell Thug Willie doing Christian raps. Get Lecrae on the phone now. Honestly.
Kirk Franklin.
Yeah, get Kirk Franklin, get all of them. Hey, Glorilla just used them. Marvin Sapp,
Mary.
I'm trying to tell you.
You know what we have with it.
Absolutely.
We love a good rebrand.
We need that. We need that.
We believe in
and
you.
I think he can literally just focus on making music about women. And just his experience from, just missing his family, things of that nature. I like his girl records. I think they're fire. Just talk about money.
I think his talent, and he's versatile enough to be able to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, super versatile.
When we hear him talk, no funny, I think Young Thug may be one of the smartest, from an IQ standpoint, rappers ever. I'm not even I'm not saying that to pander or anything. I legit, when I hear Young Thug speak, not just rap, when I hear him speak in a way that he's able to find pockets in songs, I think there takes a different level of brain power for him to tap into that.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a great point.
He's one of the smartest, intellectual, gifted rappers that I think I've ever seen personally. Legit. So if there's anybody who could rebrand and still make it catchy, who could still, have a message, who could still find different pockets, different flows, different messages, I think he is the number one candidate. There's some people who can't be a chameleon.
That is a fact.
I think Young Thug is that gifted and that talented to be able to say, you know what? I'm going to make this cool. Watch this.
Yeah.
And make it cool.
Wow. Yeah. Well, speaking of chameleons, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne. Yo, fix your face when I say Lil Wayne. You heard?
My fault.
All right. Because
they can't see me.
I know. And I'm making sure they can hear you.
Okay.
All right. Shout out to Lil Wayne. He this past weekend he just completed another installment edition of Lil WeezyAna Fest, which is basically a festival he throws in New Orleans. I guess each year now. I wasn't even too privy on it until this year, of course. And it was also a Hot Boys reunion. And we haven't seen them on stage together in a very long time. There's been conflicts within the group. This one don't like this one. BG's been locked up. There's a whole plethora of things, so it's kind of dope to finally get them on stage. But the reason why I'm bringing this up to y'all is we do know that Lil Wayne was a bit saddened that he didn't receive the nomination, I guess, to do the Super Bowl. Of course, that went to Kendrick Lamar, right? Yeah, the halftime show. Thank you, Regi. But we all talked about it in here, of course. We understand it. Kendrick Lamar's year was crazy. It makes sense. He also puts on great shows. The Lil WeezyAna Fest set was, to me, I liked it. I liked it a lot. We got to see Wayne up there after those comments, right? So it's all right, cool. He wanted to do the Super Bowl performance, but, a lot of the rhetoric on the internet was, yo, Wayne ain't prepared. He's shitty to work with. He doesn't come to practice. He doesn't come to rehearsals, things of that nature. So I think he probably went into this performance with those thoughts on his mind. They also presented him with the key to the city. And after his speech, I guess during his speech, he mentioned that, he's thankful for his family in the city of New Orleans, and that though the Super Bowl performance is ripped from him, that was a moment in that time that could never be taken away from him. So, 2 questions. I want to know if you guys saw the full performance, and I want to know how you felt about his performance if you did watch it in his comments.
I did not see the full performance. Wait, when was it? It was on a weekend, right?
It was on a weekend, yeah.
I remember I didn't catch it live, but I heard about the reunion. I was like, oh shit, this is monumental.
Yeah, super dope. I caught it.
Sure.
Yeah. Did you catch it?
Wait, what is this?
No. Did you catch it? For sure.
Now, I want to say one thing I do want to say is December 4th. Thank God for that date, December 4th.
What's on December 4th, SaVon?
December 4th is the birthday of Sean Carter.
Sean Carter?
Which
one, though?
No, Sean Carter.
Oh, not
Sean Carter,
got you.
The founder of, Rock Nation, Rock Aware. One of the founding partners in Duce. I do want to salute and say thank you to Sean Carter.
Why are you trying to shout out another Carter when we talking about another Carter?
I see your point.
Because I think some Carters got to save other Carters from their own selves.
Did you watch the full thing? Or
I didn't watch the full thing, and I don't need to watch the full thing to make this assessment.
You got to make this assessment because I'm not going to lie to you. Hear me out. I was going to be just like you. I saw one of the clips circling around the internet and I was like, damn, this is on right now. And I'll be honest, the clip I saw wasn't the best clip. So I was like, you know what? Let me go check this out for myself. To my surprise, Wayne did a great show. It was a good show. I think a lot of the times when you see things on the internet, you're like, shit, so that's how the whole thing went. I don't know the clip you saw, SaVon, but the full performance itself, I liked it. It was really good. He had breath control. He had a teleprompter up there, which had his lyrics, but I watched his face for most of the performance, and he barely, if ever, looked down at it, but it was something to reference if he needed it. And I really, really liked it. I'm not going to front. Now, do I think the same songs he performed at Lil WeezyAna Fest, he would perform at the Super Bowl? No. I also feel like the Super Bowl is dressed up. They're going to find a budget to spruce up the set. Lil Wayne set over the weekend in New Orleans. It was pretty regular, pretty normal. Big stadium, big stage. A lot of people showed up. But I do think a Super Bowl stage would look different. Do I think Kendrick Lamar deserves it this year? Absolutely. For sure. Absolutely. But it's too much Lil Wayne disrespect going on. And it's a lot of y'all that was calling Lil Wayne the best rapper ever, that was putting him up there with Hov. I don't know what has gone on, this recency bias we have with Wayne. I get it. He's been through a lot. We know he's had quarrels and battles with pills and addiction, things of that nature. Maybe that gives us a different perspective and eye on who Lil Wayne is, but we got to stop it.
Stop the disrespect?
We got to stop the disrespect, y'all. It's getting a little out of hand.
It's amnesia.
It's amnesia for real, yo. It is.
We have the theme, one of the themes on this podcast has been politics and being socially aware. So everything that I'm going to say about Lil Wayne, I'm going to say with the same energy that he's spoken about black issues, which means I'm not going to have very much regard for how I talk about him.
Wait,
now,
isn't he a Trump supporter?
I'm not sure where his
could
allegiance
be, but I'm not
is.
sure.
Okay.
I can say yes, he is, because we know Trump has helped him in tough situations. I don't know where his support lies, and that doesn't outside of Trump. I know how he feels just about black social issues, which will allow me to be completely uncompromised when critiquing his performances.
So you're relating his thoughts about that to like music performances? I think that's shitty too.
No. I'm relating his thoughts to musical performances as to being able to speak freely, because there are some people in our culture that I'm always going to protect no matter how shitty of a product that they put out.
Like who?
I'm not gonna do that.
Nah, say it.
No, for sure not.
You would never just always protect him?
He's a great performer.
You're always gonna protect Neo.
Neo is a better performer than Lil Wayne.
No, but I'm saying even if he does shitty things, are you always gonna ride?
This is strictly about performance.
I'm not mad at you saying Neo's a better performer than Lil Wayne.
He is.
He's a dancer. He's a singer.
Amazing.
No, he is.
I get that. I'm not mad at that.
Vocal control.
I always
I'm not mad
watch
at that.
his live performances of Sexy Love.
He's good. He's good.
Okay. I don't know how
very specific.
But
I love him.
I'm speaking about just live performances.
Yeah.
I'm just, there's some people who are better than others, and there's some people who aren't really good. But because Lil Wayne has been very vocal about how he feels about himself in our community, I feel empowered in just speaking the truth, right? As a community, as black people, and especially, again, I love the theme of this episode. We're talking about this on election week. We do want to feel incentivized to protect us. Lil Wayne has never felt incentivized to protect us. He's always been about him. And that is his prerogative. He has lived in a bubble his entire life. He's been a star since he was 13 years old. He's had privileges and luxuries that have allowed him to live in a reality that does not affect the majority of us. And when I say us, I mean black people. And he has spoken about that very openly. If you ask Lil Wayne anything about himself, if you ask Lil Wayne anything about anything that's outside of himself, he always relates it back to him. And so I feel very comfortable in saying Lil Wayne is a shitty performer. Lil Wayne has not earned
How many times have you seen Lil Wayne?
my cachet of investing in his performances.
How many times have you seen Wayne live?
Plenty of times. A plethora. The last time I saw Lil Wayne be even close to a good performer has been when he was during his Carter 3 run.
Okay.
The Carter 3 is one of his more mainstream projects. And that's when he was on MTV. And that's when like award shows meant something. So people were pumping money into making sure whoever was on that stage had a great performance, at least, right? He's not a good performer. And this is okay to say that. It doesn't mean he's not a great rapper. I think rappers have sliders. Some rappers are really great at performing. Some rappers have tracks and albums that allow them to perform in certain arenas, right? Lil Wayne is a great rapper, and I think he is top 10. And some people will say he's top 5. And I'm not going to argue if he's top 5 or not, because I may be able to say, yo, he's a top 5 rapper of all time. Cool. He grew up in my era, or I grew up in his era, and that's what it is. But when it comes to performance, Lil Wayne is ass at performing.
Okay.
He's just not good. He's not compelling. There's nothing that distracts you from him. And when I want to be distracted by somebody who can't perform, it's almost like Ashanti. We love Ashanti.
We do.
She's a
Long
queen.
Island legend.
She has timeless records. I've seen Ashanti live, and I hate to like make her this person. You know what? I'll bring it to somebody current. Fuck the Ashanti comparison.
Leave the Long Island people alone.
Summer Walker.
Okay.
Summer Walker has been criticized in her live performances, but that doesn't take away from Summer Walker's music. Summer Walker makes better R&B music than 95% of her contemporaries.
Honestly, yeah.
But her performances are lackluster. So I believe two things can be true with Lil Wayne. His music and his performance doesn't translate to arenas, in my opinion.
I don't agree with the music part. The opinion about
I'm the fire man. Fire,
SaVon, that's the whole point. I'm glad you brought that up. You walked right into that. Why you walked into that door?
You could put me up and I'm put it
out. See? It's that revisionist history.
It's not a great record to perform.
That's my whole thing though, right? I literally told you that was a New Orleans set. The Super Bowl set is going to be Go DJ, Lollipop, a Millie. Like, it's different, right? In that arena, in your home state, that's why he had the Hot Boys, Big Timers up there. They doing real Geechee records. They doing records that's for that town, for that space, for that city. He not gonna go up to the Super Bowl and do Fireman.
Why wouldn't he? That's one of his better commercial songs.
There's way more than. If anything, Fireman was probably one of the first ones on a mainstream level.
That's what I'm saying.
Aside from the mixtape shit.
I remember growing up in MTV morning music, and Fireman was one of his more popular songs.
He was standing on that rubble and there was fire behind him.
But I don't think it translates into like a Super Bowl performance.
I don't think it's on the set, SaVon. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Why not?
I just told you, you got other songs. You got cleaner songs you can get to. You get Lollipop, you go DJ, you go Millie.
Can I get 5 Super Bowl songs? In your opinion?
I gave you 3.
All right.
I gave you 3 already, right? So I got to think about
what are the 3 that you gave me?
Go DJ, a Millie, and Lollipop. That's for sure. Oh, Mrs. Officer, that's 4.
I don't think Go DJ is a Super Bowl. I'm not saying it's not a great song.
Definitely a Super Bowl song.
I don't know if it's a Super Bowl song.
I think it's a Super Bowl song.
Maybe his opener. Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
All right,
that's
cool.
Exactly how I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Because like Usher's opener.
Like Go DJ, that's my DJ.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Come on.
And on specific to that city.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Which is the whole point. That's why he wanted it in the first place.
He had.
And what else did you have?
I got one more that I got to think about.
You said.
Oh, I gave you
Go DJ
and Mrs. Officer.
Mrs.
Officer is a Super Bowl song.
It is. I agree.
Yes,
I fully agree.
Absolutely.
And then Lollipop.
Yes.
You said that's 3.
No, I gave you one more. Lollipop. Go a Millie. A
Millie for sure.
Yeah, 4.
All right, that's 4.
5th one, throw one of his features in there, even with one of the pop artists. Like, he definitely has the catalog to do that. And the set is only 13 minutes long for the Super Bowl, bro. Okay. Yeah. Now, for the performance aspect of it, I can see what you're saying. You probably don't enjoy it. A lot of his songs, well, newer stuff, had auto-tune in it. So performing that could be a little bit different. One thing I was impressed about when I was watching the performance on Amazon Prime, Lil WeezyAna Fest, was that he was performing with essentially no backtrack. If he did have a backtrack, it would just come through around the hook to kind of help him around the hook area. But for the most part, he was going all his voice, and that was impressive to me. Yeah, I definitely think he has the catalog to do it. And he got so much music, bro, that we forget. Real talk. Like, when we leave the studio right now, there's gonna be Lil Wayne songs that come to our head like, Oh shit, yeah, he could definitely. Oh yeah, he did do that song with so and so, right? To your point about his views about black people, politics, etc., I'm with you on that. I think it's nasty. I think you need to stand on something, especially as a black man. I have no qualms with what you're saying in that. However, I just don't combine that with an opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
You know,
Understood.
Super Bowl ain't a black thing.
Yeah, for sure.
6 foot, 7 foot.
6 foot, 7 foot.
8 foot.
That's 5'6" right there.
See, I get it, and we love those songs.
But I love 6 foot, 7 foot. I'm just saying, could
But
they
that's-
work for
I
the
feel
Super
like that's
Bowl?
a mainstream song, yeah.
Yeah, they could work for the Super Bowl.
As a sideshow, nigga. I just think that, and again, I just think some people made music for the moment. He's one of those people, in my opinion, that made music for the moment. And in that moment,
Like a specific era.
He was the biggest moment. But when we talk about artistry, I never looked at Lil Wayne as like one of our greatest artists. I think he was a great rapper, but I think an artist is innovative. I think an artist kind of pushes like
SaVon, he
No,
only
I
birthed a
think-
generation of rappers.
I think
for sure.
what he did during the mixtape era is very innovative and exactly what like a trailblazing artist does.
In our culture. But the Super Bowl, I think, is somebody who translates that culture. And so I think maybe it was because of the time that he got arrested and locked up and he had to serve time at Rikers. But his music, like when I listen to Lil Wayne today and I listen to other artists in a certain capacity, they're kind of trapped in a certain time frame. And I think Lil Wayne is one of those people who suffers from just not really evolving stylistically. Like, I know his style influenced that generation, right? There is no Lil Uzi Verts. There is no Young Thugs. There is no Travis Scott without Lil Wayne.
Him and Payne basically started that melodic rap.
No,
shit.
for sure. Like, there is none of this next wave of artists without him. Let me say that. I
Facts.
want to put that on
Got
record.
to. That's what I'm
because
saying.
I lived through it.
That's what I'm saying,
Right?
y'all. Act like you lived through it,
No,
SaVon.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay,
And
good.
I'm admitting that.
Yeah.
But I also think that he was a prisoner of his own sound and of his own art, to where it just didn't translate to being able to perform on that magnitude of a stage. Whereas
For real?
I think a Kanye, because Kanye, he also influenced a whole generation of artists.
Yeah.
But I think Kanye is able to still perform on those type of stages.
I feel you, but I do think he did retransform himself. Remember when he did Rebirth? And it sound, I could leave Earth, motherfucker. I'm gone. Like he's shown us.
Experimented.
Yeah, that
Doesn't
speaks
mean
to.
it's good.
I mean, that's your opinion.
Are
right?
you listen? Do you know anybody who's listening to that album? Do anybody consider that album one of his, benchmarks? Is that one of the things that define Wayne?
I don't think they define Wayne in our culture, but I could definitely see people from other cultures accepting that. Like, yo, this sounds like Rebirth, to be specific.
Mm-hmm.
He was on his rap rock shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the whole concept of that album. Like, I'm a rock star and I'm a rapper. So to us, I've realized that too. Like I asked certain white people like their favorite Jay-Z song or Lil Wayne song, etc. And it is not the same as ours. I'll tell you that right now. So for us, probably not. But again, we're different. We come from the Carter series and the mixtapes. No ceilings, motherfucker, good morning. Get your mouth while you're yawning. I'm gone and gonna, like, it's different for us, bro.
It's amazing. It's one of those. All right, so there is I'm not gonna say any names, but I was talking to one of the people who work with us.
Yeah. No snitching.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to do that. But he asked me, he said, and please mark this name because I need them to get the context, right?
Got you.
He asked me, what is the allure behind Melissa Ford? Now,
I got a
Who said that?
I got a Jadakiss video for you.
no, listen.
If you want to check it out, I got
Who said that?
Now, for me, I'm like, hey, she is timeless.
She is the one.
Yeah.
And that was my response.
Yeah.
She is the one. And if you didn't necessarily live through it, if you didn't
hard.
have her as your MySpace page, if you didn't understand what she did for music videos, like if you didn't
Now we know
understand
who we're
who
talking
she is, right? you just can't fathom what she means to somebody like us.
Because it's very like...
You have to live through it.
Yeah, it's not very quantifiable. Like, it's really how much she moved the culture. And like body image, like all these types of things, you really just had to be there. And you can't, unless you weren't there, there's no way to explain it. Like, you could say it like we are now, we're giving her flowers, but like,
nah, you
had to be
there.
there.
Yeah. Like, I'll let Karen decide if he wants to keep it naming, because we're not talking down on her. Right. But it's just one of those things where a lot of people are being reintroduced to her, where it's like, no, I remember what it was like for me trying to code her on my MySpace page, because she was just way more beautiful than everybody. Like, she was just the standard of beauty for me.
Yeah,
right.
For a lot of people.
And this is just the era of all of the what was the show with Tyra Banks? America's Next Top Model. Like, no, I didn't give a fuck about any of them. I cared about her. Like, that was what beauty was to me, and it kind of shaped what I thought a beautiful woman was. And so that's what I lived through. So for somebody who may not have really understood that, and to see her on a platform today where it's like, oh shit, oh wait, she does have a history. This is who she is. This is what she did. Because you don't remember that in the present moment, it may skew how you feel. Whereas like, no, we lived through it. I get that. So Lil Wayne is one of those people where I feel like if you didn't live through it, you may not be able to really, truly appreciate him.
I see where you're coming from to an extent, for sure, especially for like the kids that weren't just born in that era. However, he does have the tracks and music that when kids younger than us hear, for some reason, they can't realize why they know this song. And to be
that iconic.
Yeah, to be that identifiable, still got to throw him up there with the mission.
I think, like, now that I think about it more, like, I see where SaVon's coming from as well. It's like, if you weren't there, you're not going to care about these songs. But I think if he was given the opportunity, the reason why this is even a discussion is because the Super Bowl is in New Orleans this year.
Yeah.
So I feel like, let's say he even did like 6 of his own songs, but then brought out mad guests, and like the set, like the dancers, the culture is the New Orleans-ness of it all.
The marching bands and everything.
Yes, like the culture, like Mardi Gras. Like, I feel like if he was able to do that, because last year Usher did that with the Las Vegas of it all, I really think he could have pulled off an amazing show, and he could have brought out so many people and really put like New Orleans culture like on the forefront. I really feel like that would have been amazing.
I love the
honestly.
optimism. I really do. I love the
You can't see it though?
No, I just, no, you know what? Like, I love the I just don't see it. Like,
like, realistically,
he's
like,
great.
you don't think...
He's a great, again, top 10, top 5 rappers. I think there's a lot of top 5, top 10 rappers who can't qualify for that specific moment. But also, and I'm
like
not knocking
cars,
him.
Like the marching, like, I don't know.
No, you could put all of those things around him, but I don't know if it translates culturally, like to
America.
Well, a lot of the time
you gotta be a draw, and also you gotta be able to do something like, even though Usher's album isn't the greatest, I don't think Usher's last album that he used to promote his Super Bowl performance, I don't think it was the greatest.
Coming Home to Atlanta,
I really don't.
Something like that.
I don't think it was the greatest album.
I genuinely did not like it.
But I think I think he was able to create moments around it. I don't know if Wayne is able to create moments because of the drama that he's in, or maybe because the lack of his showmanship. Like, at the end of the day, Usher is a showman.
Oh,
you go to
absolutely.
Usher's show,
for sure.
You know you are gonna be entertained. Like,
he is a performer.
Like, Lil Wayne is almost the Lauryn Hill of male hip hop. Like, Lil Wayne will walk out on your performance. You will buy a ticket for $500, and Lil Wayne will show up. If he's not feeling the energy, he'll walk out.
I feel the difference between him.
But I'm not saying this is not just a Super Bowl, because in order for you to get to the Super Bowl, you have to build credit with an audience.
Sure.
And so walking
he has for the last 20 years.
I don't know if he has.
He absolutely has. And you said like pulling from things, son. If let's say he didn't want to do it by himself, because this is gonna kind of segue us into the next point I wanted to make about his performance at the fest. Bro, he could have literally done a Young Money reunion at the Super Bowl within those 13 minutes. And dog, that does have cultural impact.
We care about it, but there's
SaVon.
I feel like that would be iconic.
SaVon.
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, and Drake.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Cash Money.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
Salute to Cash Money, though. Yeah, Drake and Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Even throw Tyga on there if you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be crazy.
But do you think Young Money would
be
do
insane?
Yeah. Do you think? No,
look,
let's be honest.
Wayne and Drake love, I'm bugging. Nicki and Drake love Lil Wayne.
How much?
I can't speak to it, but I know it's a lot. To this day, they're still appreciative of him now. What are you about to say?
Did they speak to his festival?
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Did they promote his festival?
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that. I think Nicki might have said something. If I'm mistaken, somebody, correct me.
Okay.
But
the fact you got to think about when a superstar talks about somebody else is like, well, I know when Nicki Minaj opens her mouth. I do.
I feel you.
This is a debatable thing.
Well, again, Drake, his current icon picture on Instagram is a picture of Lil Wayne and his daughter.
He's a panda.
Hey,
you ever been to China?
Hey, I've never been there.
They got mad pandas in China, bro.
I believe it. At the end of the day, it still would have been immersive. It still would have been dope to see. Like, people were tuning in to it. Fam. Ransom at the... Nah, fuck that. Let's go to the fest real quick. Lil Wayne played YOLO at the fest. So then it had a lot of people talking to themselves like, damn, why didn't Drake come through? Like, did Drake miss a mark? Did he miss his point? Especially with everything that's been going on post-rap battle with him and Kendrick. Imagine what a Drake and Lil Wayne set would have did at the fest. Shit, imagine what it would have done at the Super Bowl. But we can stay on Drake just for a second here. And I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys feel like Drake missed the ball on that one? I only bring it up because I get it. I know it was a Big Timers and Hot Boys reunion, but Wayne made a decision to play YOLO.
Wait, do you mean YOLO or the motto?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's the motto, nigga, YOLO. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the motto. He played that. And as Drake's verse is going, he's just smoking and just doing his little thing, and then he comes in for his part. So it kind of makes it feel like, damn, he wouldn't have been mad if you came, Drake.
I don't think Drake missed his mark, though. I feel like those things are figured out beforehand, and he would know, okay, Drake is coming or Drake is not coming. I don't think it was like a last minute, like, oh my God, he didn't show up. Like, I don't think it was that.
Now, granted, this was the same night as, Drake is an ambassador for the Toronto Raptors, for those of you that don't know. He's been that for years. Part of the reason why they got a club in the Raptors arena. And at that night, the same night was when they were hanging up Vince Carter's retirement jersey, right? It's the first time a jersey's been retired in the city of Toronto. Super big deal. So again, there is a reason and a place where he was, but the reason why I really asked y'all is because just coming off the rap beef, man, like imagine a set of Drake and Lil Wayne real quick, the same way we got the set for Hot Boys and Big Timers. Mm-hmm. Those sets, I know you guys didn't watch it, they weren't quick sets. Big Timers and Hot Boys was up to 20, 30, almost 40 minutes at a point, right? Imagine what fucking Ransom would have done at the fest. Just in terms of how people are re-accepting Drake right now, right? Or deciding to or deciding not to. I think that could have helped just a little bit. And it could have been so natural because you got Wayne in pocket.
I think I said this on this podcast a while ago. I don't believe that Drake and Wayne have the relationship that we expect them to have.
I agree. But what about if you know how he usually maybe just uses him? Wouldn't that have been an opportunity to?
The thing, like, at some point, we got to be humans, right?
Yeah.
And to that point is, Alex, I love you dearly.
Lay two dogs.
We have so much shared history. You know some of my deepest, darkest secrets.
Facts.
We share business together. Not only is this a relationship, it's also a business relationship. But I promise you, if I go to jail or if I go to the army, if I do whatever I got to do where I'm just physically not able to be here and you are fucking my girl, I will never feel the same way about it.
So then why does he play Drake's song at the fest? Thinking about how extensive, think about how extensive Wayne's catalog is. He did not have to play the motto. He did not. Especially when Drake wasn't there to rap his part.
You know why? Because Lil Wayne is a Trump supporter.
What?
And but listen, you know what most Trump supporters common denominator is?
What's up?
Business.
So is it business decision to play?
Yes.
But okay.
I am going to play one of the biggest artists that I have I feel entitled to introduce in the world to to Drake.
Okay.
As Lil Wayne, anything that Drake does is going to be connected to me, whether I hate him or not. I'm going, and again, you got to remember, Lil Wayne is not the most socially vocal person. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. He said it. Yeah. Like, I'm not making this up. You know what his favorite meal is?
Nah, what's up?
Pussy.
He did say he was the pussy monster.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him talk to Nardwuar.
He did say
and Nardwuar be like, hey, man, what do you really care about in this world? He said, you know what I really love?
Puss.
Like, he just doesn't care. Like, he's one of those people that don't. He's almost like OJ. You know how OJ said, "I'm not black, I'm OJ." Like, Lil Wayne is the closest thing that we have to that sentiment in hip hop and entertainment, which is, "I'm not black, I'm Lil Wayne." Like, he doesn't care about us, and it's okay. He said that, but I also want to make sure we're holding him and his thoughts accountable and making sure that we're not rewriting history. History has shown he gives a fuck about him. And so if I give a fuck about me, and I've had this skewed way of upbringing, whereas I'm a child star, there's going to be people that are close to me that are going to have sex with the people that I love. And I'm going to be able to look over it because this means that I'm able to perform this song for the rest of my life. But Alex, I promise you, I'm going to tell you this on camera. If you fuck, no, listen to me. There's a short list of women. You know,
He needs to make sure people understand this.
If you insert your Nigerian penis in the women that I love, I will fucking hate you for the rest of my life.
What is happening right now?
No, I need people to understand.
Need that clarity, huh?
Nigerian penis.
Yeah, like, keep your Nigerian cock away from the people that I
I'm talking
love.
about my shit, you heard?
No, I'm letting you know. I gotta put this on record.
Yeah.
So I think that Lil Wayne is one of the outliers who are able to say, you know what? Yeah, Drake did this, but this is just what it is. Most of us are not of that mindset where we're able to compartmentalize business from personal. And because this was a business relationship between the two of them, I think it's very easy for him to kind of look past it, keep it moving. We understand his MO.
I don't know, man.
And that's just what it is.
I feel like there are a bunch of things that we're not able to see as fans, right? And to your point, if he's an individual and a guy who really doesn't give a fuck, women are a dime a dozen to people like that, SaVon.
For sure.
You know, so
but it's still a respect thing. It's still it
can be.
It has to be.
It can. I can't speak.
It should be.
There we go. Say should.
There should
because
be.
I can't. Everybody's different. I'm learning that the more I mature in age. Everyone's tick is different. For sure. What makes someone angry doesn't make the next person angry. What makes the next person happy doesn't make the next person happy. I can't just put that solely on him, especially when he hasn't come out and demeaned Drake. He didn't join in on the 20v1 Drake was referring to.
Drake is too valuable for me to denounce that asset.
At this point?
At any point.
Nah, man.
You have to understand. We realize that Lil Wayne is not the most business savvy artist, right? Like, we've seen how he's been whole point. Taking advantage.
So if he's not that business savvy, how could Drake be directly benefiting him?
Because Drake is the one obvious person who says, hey, you know what? I need to capitalize on this. Whereas his personal finances, he's allowed, or maybe he just wasn't educated enough to really manage those things. But it's like, no matter who you are on the face of the earth, if I have the card of saying, yo, this is my guy, I'm always going to use that. I think he's smart enough to realize I'm always going to have Drake on my back part. I'm never going to burn that bridge no matter what happens.
But he never uses the card. Think about in recent history. When does he use
just used it. You just told me he used it at his festival.
He did the song.
You just played a song. Like, that's
he
not
played
really,
a song and hold on. He only did the song for literally 60 seconds. Drake's part came on, he did his verse, and it went right to another song. Like, it wasn't really expensive. Now, to your point about this, though, if this was Birdman, I hear exactly what you're saying, SaVon. Birdman is Cash Money Records, and we know Drake has had contractual agreements with that side. Okay. For sure. Lil Wayne, I don't really see it. You know, he's come and go. Yeah.
Again.
Leave in the comments, yo.
Again, shout out to Hov.
Yo.
Thank God for Jay-Z. No matter what the Super Bowl is.
Carter, yo.
And Lil Wayne was one of our favorite rappers at some point at any time. So I'm just being honest. Like, I don't want to see that shit. Straight up.
A lot of people want to see it.
I don't want to see that shit. I want to hear it. I want to turn up in the clubs. I want to be like, oh shit, shout out to Lil Wayne. But when it comes to performances, there's certain people that I just don't want to see. You know who I love? You know who we love?
Who?
Everybody loves?
Nah, say it.
We all love J-Lo. I don't need to see that shit.
What J-Lo did?
She didn't need to be on the Super Bowl years ago. And you know, she was...
With Shakira.
But that's why you had to overcompensate. Not only do you bring Shakira out, but you also bring out J Balvin. Like, you got to overcompensate for some of those people. So a person like Lil Wayne in our culture, like, I think Wayne's ego wouldn't allow him to be able to share that moment from what he said.
I agree with that.
So it's like, I don't need to see that shit, bro. Like, do that shit on your time. And you gave us that track. You gave us 30 years of not really being consistent in your messaging and in your performances. Kendrick Lamar is a real artist in that way. Right? He deserves this moment. Fuck the city that the Super Bowl is happening. Anybody who has kept up with sports and is a fan of, you know, sports, football in particular, and the Super Bowl, Dr. Dre was the first person where we made it a thing like, oh God, this is LA. It's going to be an LA artist. Other than that, I've seen Beyonce perform in Arizona. There's no correlation between Beyonce and New Orleans.
Like, Bruno, wasn't it?
Yeah, like we've seen Beyonce perform these.
But that's my whole point. Like, so if Beyonce could do it, Wayne, what you saying is his ego that probably won't allow him.
But and again, we can move on because we got to kind of wrap up. There's been so many topics. We didn't get to Ari Lennox.
It's
so many people.
Patreon, maybe.
Like
Ari.
Yeah, we can chop it up about Patreon. But
we're gonna talk.
There's just so many different people, so many different examples that we can give where it's like, hey, you're not entitled to some of these things, and I think we need to be able to say that to certain people.
I agree,
regardless of them being our legends. Like, also look at the full perspective. There's been times where we could have used somebody like a Lil Wayne to speak up for us in a certain way, and he just didn't use his voice, his platform in that way, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But now, don't expect me to feel sorry for you when you don't get the performance in New Orleans. Like, you, not saying you don't deserve it. I'm not gonna say that. But if you don't get it, fuck it. You don't get it.
I agree with that.
Sit down.
And I want to be clear in what I'm saying. I don't like the entitled stuff. I think that's weird.
Fuck all that.
Especially if you wasn't promised something and they looked you in the eyes and you shook hands. Yeah, I get it. My thing is, though, he could definitely perform at a Super Bowl. I don't even give a fuck if it was at New Orleans or not.
Yeah, it's a sideshow.
I don't know if he doesn't have a sideshow catalog, and we getting out of it.
Okay.
You know he don't got a sideshow catalog. Real quick, this is gonna be quick hits for me on new music. Shout out to Lil Vert. He put out a Turn It Would Take Two. Real quick, favorite song for me on there is Chill Bay. It's very different. His fans weren't really pleased with this release, and quick, I wanted to make this point because Lil Uzi was actually the one to save hip hop. Right, last year when hip hop it hadn't gone number one yet. What was the thing?
He was the first one to finally break the drought.
The rap drought.
Yeah.
He sold crazy numbers. I forget what it was, but it was definitely over 100, 150, probably close to 200, 300. His new project is slated to do 60K. So again, it's interesting because now we're seeing certain artists who we just assume to be really big streamers and sell really well every single time, every time they put out music. That seems to be changing. Also, quick shout out to Freddie Gibbs. I love his new project. His new project is amazing. It sounds like a guy who is trying to get through his girlfriend who did him crazy, and it's beautiful music.
We all had those.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to relate to it. Yeah, it feels like mixtapey.
That's fucked up.
He's rapping over, it's your anniversary. He's rapping over a little bit of 112 shit too. So again, check that out. I really enjoyed that project. Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Tyler, the Creator, because the numbers that he put up, this just shows you how insane that was.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Absolutely.
Sure.
You heard that, SaVon?
For sure.
Stop, don't rehash this.
My fault. We get out of it.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Because you wanted to go there?
Nah, we good.
Okay,
I mean,
No,
do you want to go there?
I want to, huh?
Do you want to go there?
Nah, because I don't really like how people was talking to me last week.
What they said? You know,
I really don't like
what they said.
Because like,
yeah, get into it.
When people talk about me in a like that, I feel like I'm not supposed to be talking.
He's just like, I feel really misunderstood right now.
I really do, bro. Like the H word really fucked with me, bro. Like,
what's the H word?
Homophobic.
That's you?
Never. No, they were saying that in the comments, like, because I
gotta
don't
fix your face.
No.
You know what it was? I said he want a happy family and some dick on the side, and your face did something.
Cause I don't know what it's like to want dick on the side.
You don't have to relate to it. You can just appreciate the art. That's it.
What you want me to appreciate?
The art.
I said that.
Are you a fan of the Neptunes?
For sure.
There's no way, SaVon, that if you don't give that album another, fuck that album. Just go through his discography. Specifically that one, because I heard it and I remember it. There's no way you don't find glimpses of that Neptune sound, that Pharrell bop on it. I'm telling you right now. It might be because, again, maybe we ain't come up with Tyler, so we don't look at him to be fly. I always thought Pharrell was super fly with the bape shit, all that cool shit, ice cream, bapesters, that was ill to me. So maybe we have a skewed perspective on it, but there are glimpses of that sound in his music.
I just don't like how there's new people that pop up on the podcast and they just don't understand the history of who it is that we are, and specifically me.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm very progressive. Personally, I feel
Let 'em know.
I am open.
He trying to plead his case, yeah.
I don't get it just really bothered me, bro. Cause
shit.
How?
Yeah, something like that.
Cause
No, this is. I'm sorry. Oh my. No, I'm gonna.
No, go.
No, this is so off topic. But how do you like see comments like that? Because guys, I don't have the YouTube login. Okay, I cannot delete comments.
You gotta log in.
How
you
do
gotta log into him.
No, I don't have the YouTube
We're
login.
gonna give it to you.
Yeah, we're gonna give it to you.
No, but like my question is, this is off topic. I'm sorry,
Okay.
but when you see crazy comments like that calling you homophobic, how do you like not delete them?
Regi.
Free
What?
speech.
Free speech.
But like that's crazy to leave up. Like I respect. My point is, I respect it.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
There's two
Drake
things.
gotta live with Kendrick calling him a pedophile.
Nah, fuck all that.
It's tough.
Nah.
because
It's
that's
two
a crazy
things.
comment, and you have the power to delete it, but you don't.
One thing is free speech, and the other thing is I know me.
Right.
Like
That's true.
when I go to sleep at night, I don't feel like that validates who I am.
That's good. That's good.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
Like, so
That's good.
I don't feel like, oh my God, I gotta delete this. I'm not hiding from anything or anybody.
That's true.
Like, I'm very confident and comfortable in who I am.
Right.
So like, I understand everything that I say, everything that I do is not gonna resonate with everybody. And there's sometimes where I get it wrong, right? Like some
All of
things
us.
maybe you shouldn't laugh at or make jokes of on a public forum. But I know where my morals and who I am lies, right? Like, I can say this confidently. If you want dick on the side, go get that.
Yeah.
I believe you. Like I believe you. I
What's
don't
wrong?
think SaVon is homophobic,
But
but it's also like,
that's
why
just-
did you have to laugh at that? You
Because
know,
it's funny.
is it funny?
To
Like,
me.
what about it? That's what I said
To
during the
me.
episode. I was like, what is so funny?
You see,
Like,
that's why
I
they call
literally
you
said
that
that on
word.
camera. Like,
Because you gotta understand, bro.
see?
For me,
Hey, it's a new world.
It's a new world.
Yeah.
Thank you for saving me.
got you.
again.
Yeah, I got you.
love you,
My brother.
It's a new world,
new
but
world.
that doesn't mean I'm against it. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think you're against it. I don't.
really
yeah.
don't. Like, bro, like I want people to be happy in who they are.
Yep.
But there's also like a reality in a world that I live in where it's like, oh shit, that's new for me. That made me funny. Like, oh, you want dick on the side? Hee hee ha ha. Oh shit. I'm not accustomed to that, but I'm not against it. Like,
You
it's
the
not
nigga?
against it. I'm okay. I am so comfortable with saying that because
Yeah.
if you feel some type of way towards me, say what you gotta say. This is just it's free speech in the world.
Yeah.
In this country at least.
Like when Drake called
Well,
DeMar
I don't
DeRozan
know
a
about that
pussy ass
anymore.
nigga.
What happened?
Sorry.
What'd you say?
I talked
about
over
who?
it.
Nah, you good. Nah, you know, free speech. Like when Drake called DeMar DeRozan a pussy ass nigga.
Drake gotta chill with that.
Drake, yo, what's up with him? He gave him the menacing eyes too.
That's how you be looking at me when I hit you about some bullshit on the side.
No, I don't. I don't got
Wait,
menacing
guys.
eyes.
Our account's getting
hacked. Yeah, why you hit him with that? Hit him with the
man,
menacing eyes.
I don't
There's a
know.
lot going on
I
out
don't
here,
know.
man.
It's a ton going on. This was a
Yeah.
fun episode.
Yeah, facts.
I'm glad we got
talked
to
about a
address that
lot.
because it was hurting me that people thought I felt a certain way. And like, I'm super supportive
Yeah,
of
facts.
everybody, of everyone.
And we can vouch for that.
Like, I hate that.
feel like pleading his
no, I
case.
hate
Nah, because you
that.
got gay friends, right?
I hate when I gotta be the guy who be like, yo, I know, like,
Does he have?
for sure. You know, I support my niggas.
You support?
My niggas, bro. The niggas that like niggas, those my niggas sometimes too. Like, I fuck
All
like,
right,
dude.
that's
what
like
you gotta
$20 for them
Yeah,
niggas.
the N-word ban is out the window.
You just
SaVon.
Now, when it comes to the gay ones, I can say that without saying whatever.
Now all these
Yeah,
stipulations.
See, there you go.
My guys, bro, like
They're my
I'm always support
guys.
that for real. Like
Yeah.
I hated seeing that in the comments, and
Oh, man.
I'm never gonna respond. There's a lot of people who's like, "Hey, delete
Same.
it, respond." I'm like, "Yo, no, I know. I
Yeah.
go to sleep with a clear conscience at night. I'm not
Because
gonna sit
SaVon be
here.
responding.
I really do, but to the
Gotta chill,
bullshit,
bro.
I'm not gonna respond to the bullshit.
You sure? Don't respond
No,
at all.
no, 'cause I'm
I
not
honestly
homophobic.
love all of the love and hate. I don't see much of it, but I love it. They're interacting.
For sure.
We provoke thought.
sure,
That makes me
for sure.
happy. So long we provoke thought.
Speaking of provoking thought, like
Yeah.
that's what Tyler the Creator makes me do when I listen to him talking about getting dick from Brad.
Start provoking thought,
It
right?
Dick from Brad.
Like, it's challenging me as a consumer. Like, oh shit, I never
Yeah.
heard. I grew up on The Locks and Mobb Deep.
SaVon, okay.
This is not support your point. Like,
No, listen, you gotta understand.
This nigga said, yo.
Do you know?
I came up on Biggie.
No,
you
no,
heard this
but
nigga?
no. I need you to understand how certain songs start.
Oh,
like,
shit.
I'm gonna play a song for y'all. Shook Ones.
Nah,
all right,
I'm crying
Listen
here.
to how this song. Like, they don't want you to have feelings. Listen.
I love
Listen
this
to this. To all my listen.
To all the killers and the $100 billers.
You hear that? $100 billers. We about getting money.
For
For real, niggas who ain't got no feelings.
R.I.P. Prodigy.
You to real who ain't got no feelings.
so you're saying Tyler's not?
We're not bred to have feelings.
That's not true.
Listen.
To all the killers and the $100 billers.
Okay, what we not?
For real, niggas who ain't got no feelings.
For him to shout out real niggas who ain't got no feelings,
Right.
that tells you how we were just supposed to think in this hip hop shit. So when I hear certain bars about, him and Funk Flex having butt sex, that shit challenges me. It challenged me to be like, oh shit, to open my mind. Like, I'm not against it. Like, please go have all the butt sex you want to have.
Yeah.
That don't affect me.
This is a full
Or
circle
you.
move. Hey, unpredictability,
For
right?
sure. So, like, please
Yes.
go do that. Shout out to Tyler, bro.
I do
Shout
like
out
my
to Tyler.
rappers
I'm
to be unpredictable.
I know we like
My presidents,
unpredictability.
not so much.
We enjoy that on the podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. I don't even know how we got here. Shout out to Mobb Deep. Shout out to Tyler, the creator. Shout out to the full spectrum of just people, to hip hop fans, artists, all of those things. Again, I do know it was a very heavy day for everybody. Hopefully, we could create some levity to the situation.
Facts.
If you feel a certain way, and I also understand there are people who were in support of the party that won, who listened to us as well. However y'all feel,
Salute.
to y'all for sure.
Not for real though.
With that being said, please check up on the women, the ladies in your lives.
Yep.
Michael Jackson. We started this episode with Quincy Jones, "Ladies in My Life." That's a prominent song. I want y'all to check up on the ladies in your life. This is a very, very pivotal moment in history. Nothing to take lightly. I don't even know really where to go from there.
Nah, that's perfect, man.
No, you did great.
Hey, y'all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, not just on YouTube, but on Patreon. We have a lot of new content coming. We love you all. Keep it posted. Need to know the gang. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
For sure. And if like butt sex is your thing, like just make that shit
See
your
y'all
thing.
later.
Just do it.
Gang.